It's a good old-fashioned backyard brawl, a feud that started way back in 1894. And these Carolina fans are hungry for a win over the Wolfpack of NC State. And here comes NC State, led by Tom O'Brien, looking for their 6th win against Carolina. 5 in a row. Here comes North Carolina with Larry Fedora resurrecting the Tar Heel program and looking for his first win ever over State. Today, it's the Wolfpack of NC State and the Tar Heels of North Carolina. Week 9 in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Brand along with Dave Archer. When you look at Carolina, you got to start with Bryn Renner, the quarterback. He's got to have a good game today.
Yeah, the maestro of this spread offense led by Larry Fedora is Bryn Renner. He's been outstanding. Now, both men will admit it's a work in progress, but numbers are up across the board. They're averaging 39 points per game. Now, Bryn Renner will want to get the football to the best football player on the field today, and that's Giovani Bernard. He has been phenomenal over a 3-game stretch. It started with Virginia Tech 3 weeks ago. A 60-yard burst led to 262 yards on the ground. Then how about on the road? Leading his team to a huge road victory, 189 yards rushing there. And then last week against Duke, he was phenomenal again. They'll not only hand the football to this kid, they're going to throw it to him. And North Carolina State has got to find number 26.
Tom O'Brien with 5 straight wins over North Carolina. Today, he hands the keys to Mike Glennon.
I love this kid. 6'6", 230 pounds, monster arm. He will throw it all over the field. His confidence level is through the roof. He's guided his team to 6 fourth-quarter touchdowns, including 2 late touchdown drives that have led to victories for the Wolfpack. Mike Glennon is playing at the highest level of his game, and Tom O'Brien is leaning on him big time. One of the guys he'll lean on is this guy, Brian Underwood. He's caught a touchdown in 7 consecutive games. You can bet that Underwood will get an opportunity today.
Dave Archer fired up. This is one of the great rivalries in all of the Atlantic Coast Conference. The 3rd member of our broadcast team, Mike Hogwood, with the very latest from downstairs. Mike.
All right, thanks a lot, Tim, and I wanted you to talk about rivalry. How about this, though? 5 years in a row for NC State. That means that nobody playing today in a North Carolina uniform has ever beaten NC State. On the other hand, nobody in an NC State uniform has ever lost to North Carolina. And, of course, last week, North Carolina had a heartbreaking loss to another rival, Duke. Well, on Sunday, Larry Fedora said, let's put that game behind us. He had all kinds of signage in the Carolina locker room saying, hey, it's time to worry about NC State. Larry Fedora said one of the first things he learned when he came to Chapel Hill was the fact that NC State was the big game in football. Got to make a note about the weather, Tim. You know that hurricane's coming up the East Coast. Well, there's good news. The chance of rain is very slim today. We may get some wind, but the good news is I don't think we're going to get any rain, and that spells good things for this football game.
I like your optimism. What a terrific crowd here. Tom O'Brien has won 5 in a row, as we've stated, over North Carolina, the longest streak ever over the Tar Heels by the Wolfpack. Tom O'Brien, tough as nails, no nonsense Marine, but always fair. Carolina fans fired up. NC State has won the toss and elected to defer. So Tarpley and Morris. This is Tarpley, and Tarpley out to the 24-yard line, and that's where the Tar Heels will take over. Tapley makes the return. There is a flag down, so Tapley with the return. Our look at our starting lineups presented by CPI Security, protecting what is important. Offensive line for
already a little
Carolina.
chippiness on the field, Tim, but you look at this offensive line. This kid right here, as good as there is in the country, Jonathan.
On the receivers. That's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
So it's holding on that kickoff. You saw the offensive line for North Carolina. The best player on that offensive line is Jonathan Cooper. Brennan Williams is out. Landon Turner moves in. There he is. There's your guy, Arch. Big, smart quarterback who threw for a school record 26 touchdowns last year, 17 this season. Throws the out pattern immediately, picks up positive yards, breaks away across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Big gain for North Carolina. So Ebron with the catch, and they move the chains. Defensively, NC State's defense is big up front, but they'll move, stem, stunt, and twist. And the linebackers are serviceable. Noel, Dowdy, and Lucas. In the secondary, David Amerson and Dante Johnson are the tallest corners in the country. Bishop and Wolf, the 2 safeties, are the leading tacklers. Renner going long. He's got a man wide open, complete. Carolina all the way down to the 30. And Highsmith with the catch, first down, and Carolina is in business.
Now, an excellent job. They slip Marquise Williams in, the backup quarterback. He's going to take the snap, hand the football to Giovani Bernard, and then he pitches it to Brent Renner, who's the starting quarterback, and he finds Highsmith deep on the post route on the gadget play.
Renner gives it straight ahead. This is Bernard. Bernard with a big gainer down close to the first down stripe.
Now, this is something that NC State's defense wanted to guard against, were the explosion plays, but right out of the box, North Carolina with a gadget play, and they got him in scoring position.
Renner fakes it, carries it himself, and Renner is down to the 18-yard line, gain of 2.
Earl Wolf comes up, Tim, the safety. Wolf has been phenomenal, had 17 tackles a week ago against Maryland. Big-time player will come up and hit you.
Good up-tempo. State's defense is not allowed a touchdown on the first drive this year. Carolina threatening here. Second down, they need 8. Renner throws the out pattern, that's complete. This is Davis. Davis slides inside the 10 down to the 18-yard line. Sterling Lucas comes up to make the tackle. It's a gain of 10.
Quinshon Davis, number 14 there, the freshman. He's a kid they've worked in the line. They thought they'd go slow with him, but he's been so good that he's inserted himself in the starting lineup by how well he's played.
First down, Tar Heels. This is Bernard. Finds a crease. Touchdown, North Carolina. Giovani Bernard, his 9th touchdown run of the year, an 8-yarder.
Well, you love the way this kid can see it. Lets him slide, find the pressure spot, find the hole, slide to the gap, and get in. He just got great vision. His balance is phenomenal. He does a great job of finding the crease, and like I said in the opening, that's the best football player on the field right there, number 26.
So Casey Barth comes on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good, and Carolina is rolling early. The team that runs the ball the best in this series has won 18 of the last 20. The Tar Heels out of the blocks quickly. Well, it didn't take long. Renner was 3 for 3. The drive went 65 yards, and the Tar Heels lead 75 or 7-0. It was a 65-yard on his passes, 3 for 3. So here we go. Casey Barth set to kick off for the Tar Heels.
A good job on the gadget play. Marquise Williams in at quarterback, hands the ball to Giovani Bernard, and knowing that the NC State defense is concentrating on trying to stop 26, to use him in that capacity to get the ball back to Renner really frees up Highsmith deep. So nice job of calling plays there by Blake Anderson.
Tobias Palmer standing at his own 4. Barth with a line drive that'll take Palmer about a yard deep, bobbles it and takes off. Across the 15, he'll get to the 16, and that's it. Good coverage by the Tar Heels. Look at our starting lineups presented by CPI Security, protecting what's important. Mike Glennon, of course, is the quarterback. Tony Creasy gets the start. State's run game is ranked 92nd in the nation in yards per game. The offensive line is big. It averages 310 pounds. They'll try to get Creasy up behind that. We'll also see a heavy dose of Thornton, and James Washington is back at running back as well. First down, Wolfpack. Left side, Creasy, not much there. Met immediately. Carolina's defense is fun to watch. The Tar Heels run a 4-2-5 scheme defensively. It's athletic in the attack. Kevin Reddick is the captain, and he's usually in the middle of everything as you look at the linebackers. With Heffernan in the secondary, it'll be tested today, and Carolina's secondary is much improved. Trey Boston had 17 tackles against Duke. As Arch mentioned a few minutes ago, he's very active and stays very much in every play. Second down, they need 11. Here's the pass, complete to Palmer. Gets about a yard or two from the original line of scrimmage. Reddick is there, and he makes the tackle.
This is an area where North Carolina State has struggled a little bit on offense, is converting on third down, only 39% on the year. And this is where they really lean on Mike Glennon's expertise and his experience to take care of the football deep in his own end.
Tom O'Brien didn't want to be faced with a 3rd and long this early in the ball game. 3rd down and 8.
And Zach Ebron, the big-time tight end, is checked in as a pass rusher at the top for North Carolina. Big-time athlete. They're thin on the defensive line.
Glennon, backside pressure, throws over the middle. This is Palmer, and Palmer's not going to go much. He's hit almost immediately after a gain of 2.
Now, we talked about Ebron checking in. This kid's a great tight end, but they put him in pass rush situations, blows through the chip block, and hurries the time clock for Mike Glennon with pressure. How about that? Ebron immediately checks in defensively and shows up.
And he slipped out of the blocks and still almost got there and did cause the hurry. This is a shank. Carolina's going to get good field position, but it gets a NC State roll down inside the 35 at the 33. It's a 40-yard punt. But Carolina still has good field position to start its second drive. Larry Fedora could not have asked for a better start.
Well, you talk about how quickly this team strikes. 25 of 51 scoring drives, less than 2 minutes. That's certainly what the last drive was. 141, helped by the huge play, the little reverse pass from Renner to Highsmith. And now they'll settle in their screen game. Giovani Bernard. Let's look at that first drive. Real quickly, got the ball out in the flat. Big pick up there on first down. And then here's the gadget play. Renner finds Highsmith deep. Excellent throw and catch there. And it led to the touchdown by Giovani Bernard.
Here's Bernard, left side, tries to get around the corner, does. Inside the 45-yard line. It's a first down. They'll move the chains. Or it's close to it, we'll see.
When you've got a big defensive front like NC State is, you want to get them going one way and come back the other. They're a little counter play to Giovani Bernard behind his really good offensive line and a big pickup on first down.
Bernard stepped out of bounds about a yard short of the first down. Here they run the reverse. Looking for help, get a block, look out, he's open. This is Highsmith inside the 10 to the 5. No signal yet. Touchdown, North Carolina. Eric Highsmith on the reverse.
Well, watch the cut here as he cuts inside, and then the great speed by Highsmith. Talked about getting this defense go one way, come back the other way, just using the size of NC State against them because it's hard to get that big body going the other way. And you see Highsmith snake just inside the pylon for a touchdown.
45-yard touchdown run by Eric Highsmith. Going for 2, yes! Oh my, there is a flag down. Tommy Hibbert with a new wrinkle.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on Hibbert. But a good job by Hibbert to recognize numbers were in his favor to the right. Does a good job of rolling out, finding his target in the right corner of the end zone.
The two-point conversion is good.
It's a two-pointer for North Carolina.
Foul, number 5 of the defense. That 15-yard penalty will be a set on the succeeding kickoff.
Rodman Noel is guilty of the personal foul, but the bottom line is it's Carolina 15, NC State nothing, and a lot of fannies aren't even in the seats yet.
What a great start for North Carolina, Tim. They wanted to come out, make some big plays. You had the reverse pass, then you had the reverse by Highsmith. He's been a center of attention for a lot of what's gone on for Larry Fedora's team. But if he was going to design a start in a game you've lost 5 straight, I don't think he could have orchestrated anything better for North Carolina.
Larry Fedora led Southern Miss to the Conference USA Championship last year. He's always been the most successful guy when he spreads the field, goes on a rapid pace, no huddle. We've already seen that. And the Tar Heels are averaging 74 plays a game, or 4 keys to the game, Arch.
Well, explode, exploit, and explode. That means NC State needed to make some plays, but they needed to limit explosion plays. They have not done that. The reverse pass has touched them big time. For North Carolina, they wanted to make the Wolfpack run sideline to sideline, get the big people running. They've done that. So keys to the game, A+ for North Carolina so far here early in the game.
Casey Barth comes on to kick it off. And right now, I think NC State is shell-shocked as you look at Tobias Palmer. Barth with a strong kick. This will go through the end zone and bounce against the back wall. So they'll bring that out of the touchback.
Now for North Carolina State, you touched the ball one time, been on the field 3 plays, and you had to punt. So remember, no panic in NC State because Tom O'Brien's teams found themselves behind before. Remember, trailed 13-0 at the half to then number 3 in the country, Florida State. No panic in Tom O'Brien's team. They'll come back out and get to doing what they do offensively. Dana Bible will continue to call the run, the short passing game for Glennon, and try to move the chains.
Trying to get Glennon into this thing early, throwing early downs. He had a 3rd and 8 situation in his first series, but it was a 3 and out. So Mike Glennon takes over, and he does throw early. Underneath, high percentage round. It's complete to Carter, and Mario Carter out near a 1st down marker.
I think this is something that NC State needs to do a significant amount early in the game. That's throw the ball on 1st down. Glennon's ability to read coverage, 6'6", doesn't have any issues with being able to see. Let him distribute the ball on 1st down, have some success. That'll allow the run game to come along.
Logan Winkles goes out. Tobias comes in. He and Patton at the top of your screen. Straight ahead they go. Reese out to about the 40-yard line. Trey Boston with a tackle after a gain of 5. But this is a much better offensive performance than their first series.
Tim, in talking to the North Carolina coaches about their defensive front and the front 7, really, as we look at Trey Boston, the safety that helps against that run game, is Duke ran the football right at him last week, and that's something that people had not been able to do, and it's something they really wanted to concentrate on, is taking away the run game and not allowing NC State to run it right at him.
Glennon needs 5 on 2nd down, tries to do it himself, goes down immediately. May have lost a yard.
Zone read play, this is just not what Glennon does. Now this is a change up to keep North Carolina honest to a certain extent, but really no chance for Glennon to make any kind of play. North Carolina stays at home and puts him on the ground for a loss of 1. And now here you are in that 3rd down conversion situation where NC State has converted only 39% of the time on the year.
3rd down and 6. Carter, Underwood, Payton. Those are your wideouts. This is Underwood in motion. This is complete to Carter, and Carter's got an NC State 1st down and then some into North Carolina territory. And NC State starting to move, a pickup of 14.
Now Mario Carter going to run the short drag from the tight end spot. He's the outlet for Glennon as he looks down the field, drops it off to his big tight end. Then a good job of getting north and south to pick up the 1st down. This is an excellent answer drive by North Carolina State here, moving the chains, keeping their offense on the field.
Breaks 1, skips his way to the 45-yard line. Gain of 2 for Tony Creasy. Logan Winkles goes back out of the game. Tobias Palmer comes back in for the Wolfpack.
You look at these 2 teams and what's on the line. North Carolina's last 5 in a row. NC State, there's nobody in NC State's locker room that's ever lost to North Carolina. So you can bet there's going to be a little shoving and pushing and some of the chippiness you expect.
Look at Kareem Martin and Sylvester Williams. They try to apply the pressure. This ball is up for grabs and incomplete. Dangerous pass by Glennon. It was intended for Mario Carter, who had a height advantage there, but the pass was a floater.
Yeah, really a poor read here. He throws the ball. Tim Scott's at home, the corner. He did not bite up on Palmer in the flat. And a good job. There's Dan Dish, co-defensive coordinator. He loves his young corner stepping up and making a play there on 2nd down. And now here you are 3rd and long.
Glennon will touch. He'll test him this afternoon. 3rd down and 8. Creasy comes in. He's back with Glennon. With time, the out pattern. It's complete, and it'll be another 1st down for the Wolfpack. Brian Underwood goes out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. Mark it at the 33.
A good read. Terry Schenkel, the corner, number 24, just playing soft and way off to the inside. Glennon sees that, throws the out route to Underwood. Just an easy throw and catch for receiver quarterback there, and extends the drive.
Gain of 12. Underwood goes out of the ball game. 1st down, NC State. A lot of movement, and North Carolina says the Wolfpack moved. They did.
Offense, number 74. It's a 5-yard penalty.
NC State, when you look at their numbers, Tim, pre-snap, they had 51 penalties on the year, 27 pre-snap, now go 52 penalties and 27 pre-snap penalties, or 28 pre-snap penalties on offense now. And those are mental errors that just drive you crazy as a head football coach. That's just a focus, lack of focus up front.
It'll drive Tom O'Brien nuts.
When Tyson Chandler at 6'6", 340 moves, you're not going to miss that.
Makes it 1st and 15. Winkles in motion. Glennon with time, throws underneath again. They found something to go to there, and this is Payton with the catch.
Nice pickup on the corner blitz. Here comes Price on the corner blitz. Good job of presenting. Again, a check down type throw. Glennon surveying downfield and finding that underneath area against the zone open. That was a zone blitz corner fire from Tim Scott.
So they get 6 of them back. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. 9th play of the drive coming up. Creasy back in as the lone setback. And timeout, NC State. So with 6:42 remaining in the 1st quarter, Wolfpack wants a breather and regroup. Carolina so far, 15-0.
ACC football is being brought to you by AT&T, by BB&T, by your Carolina Ford dealers, by CPI Security, and by Food Line.
Roy Williams in the house this afternoon. Had an exhibition game last night here. The Tar Heels expecting to have another fine basketball team over here, but this year it's NC State as the preseason favorite in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Duke and Carolina right behind them.
C.J. Leslie.
The real deal.
Keep that name in mind.
The real deal.
Ball.
Glennon's 4 for 5 on his drive arch. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Wolfpack. Tony Creasy is in the backfield with Glennon, who's going to throw. Has plenty of time. Now looks down into the end zone and wide open. And it's a touchdown for the Wolfpack. Hedges has the 32-yard touchdown reception, and he was lost in the secondary.
Well, Charlie Hegedus is a freshman from Marietta, Georgia. Lassiter High School, just releases against the cover 2 corner, and there's no safety help. Hegedus waves the arm. No question about it. Did a good job of securing the catch. All-state player in Georgia. There's Dana Bible, offensive coordinator for NC State. What a nice answer for North Carolina State to come back after getting blitzed 15-0 early.
Extra point is good. So Hegedus with his first touchdown catch of the year. And the Wolfpack on the board. We'll be back after a word from your local stations.
Time for a Hyundai update. Tom Wormy, Tommy Bowden in the studio. Thursday, Clemson at Wake Forest, and Sammy Watkins getting into the act, 61 yards for the TD.
His upper body strength's one of the things that makes him such a great player. Covered well, but again, broke the tackle.
202 yards receiving to set a school record, 42-13 Clemson to 7-1. Let's go back to Tim.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. That 61-yard touchdown pass to Watkins the other night was something. Two defenders awake, knocked themselves off, and he was off to the races. Here, we had the big pass to Hagedis for the touchdown to make it 15-7 Carolina. The Wolfpack coming back, and Mike Glennon was 5 for 6 on that last drive and converted twice on 3rd and long. Tapley and Morris are deep for Carolina. This will be Sean Tapley. Gets a block and turns it out and is drilled at the 16-yard line.
Tim, let's take a look at this touchdown now as we look at it. Quentin Payton right here is going to influence the safety. He's going to get right in here, occupy the safety. Hagedis is going to get in behind Jabari Price at the top. Watch the safety look inside to Payton. He's supposed to be deep half. He doesn't take care of business. And Hagedis slips in behind for his first career touchdown as a member of the Wolfpack.
And it gets NC State back in this ball game. NC State was on the verge of being blown out the way this thing started. Up-tempo, quick pace offense by the Tar Heels. Here the little swing pass. There's room outside. This is Bernard. Bernard chased down by Sterling Lucas. 8 of 5.
Boy, the versatility of Giovani Bernard is mind-boggling. This kid is as good a receiver as they have. Obviously the best runner, and tough as nails. Had a terrible knee injury his freshman year, was redshirted. Kid's a heck of a player.
2nd down and 5. Renner rolls right, has the completion near the 1st down marker. This is McNeil. McNeil steps out of bounds. David Anderson knocks him out. Let's go downstairs to Mike Hogwood.
Well, Tim, North Carolina warmed up today in white helmets with the North Carolina logo. They went to the locker room and changed. They've never worn anything like this. This was Larry Fedora's idea. I told you before the game, Fedora knows this is a big game. Getting these guys to wear these helmets is just another sign of it. And by the way, the players love them.
There's no question. They came out fired up tempo, with 15 straight points. This is Bernard, and Bernard is all the way across the 40 to the 42-yard line before he's finally knocked out of bounds by Bishop.
It's just a brutal matchup, Tim. Bernard's going to slip out in the left flat. He's just a check down, but Raymond Pittman, the linebacker, 39, just does not have the speed, and he's one of the faster linebackers for NC State. He just cannot stay with Giovani Bernard.
1st down, this is Bernard. This time they get him. That's a loss of 1. Arch, these aren't the same linebackers we've seen in the past, though, with Terrell Manning jumped to the NFL, DJ Green suspended, Cole and Irving gone.
Yeah, they've taken a hit at linebacker. They've got some guys that can run and are serviceable, but nowhere near the level of play that you saw by the guys you just mentioned.
Bernard gets a breather. Blue comes in. A.J. Blue, they call him Juice. This is complete to the right side, skips away. Look out, Davis has a 1st down for the Tar Heels. That's a pickup of 13.
I talked about this kid here, Quinshaw Davis. He's a guy that they wanted to kind of work in, get his feet wet, but because he's such a good player and has responded, at 6'4", 190 pounds, they've had to plug him in. He's a starter. They couldn't keep him out of the game. He's just responded so well as a young kid.
Morris and Blue both in the ball game now for Carolina. The Tar Heels trying to really wear out this big defensive line of NC State. They've been going sideline to sideline here early. Here's a little flip back. And Renner throws complete. Has another big gain inside the 40. This is Morris with the catch. Gain of 6.
What a great decision by Brent Renner right there. They had the little throwback special, trying to get the safeties and linebackers to bite off on play action. Then they have Ebron releasing Eric Ebron down through the middle. He didn't have him, so he checked it down to the back. Good decision.
Look out. This is Morris. Tiptoes his way across the 35 down to the 32-yard line. A gain of 7. They're picking him up in chunks.
Another one of the talented freshmen that North Carolina is going to be excited to see for the next couple of years. Romar Morris. He's a nice fill-in for Giovani Bernard.
5'10", 180-pounder out of Salisbury, North Carolina. Here's a little floater back outside, and it's incomplete. Intended for Ebron.
Yeah, so often when you're rolling to your left, Tim, and trying to throw and get the shoulders square, the ball's going to sail the direction you're running, and that time he was not able to pull it in on Ebron. Ebron running the deep corner was open.
Renner's first incompletion of the game. He's 8 for 9. Look at this. NC State allowing a lot of points early in the first quarter. The rest of the game, 83 points combined. Renner with plenty of time, checks down, throws it underneath. Bernard inside the 30.
Gio took a big hit at the end of that play. It looked like McGill, T.Y. McGill folded in late and really put a shot on Giovani Bernard, who's down now on the play.
Giovani Bernard, his brother was an all-conference running back at Oregon State. Well, Giovani, he ran all over Virginia Tech, Miami, and Duke.
Going to run the little angle route to the inside. Now watch the hit late here on Bernard as he's going to the ground. Big lick right there, and it was Pittman, the linebacker. I thought it was McGill, but it's Pittman, the linebacker. Really puts a big shot on Giovani Bernard.
No flags.
It was a clean hit. He was still up off the ground. Just big lick right there.
North Carolina's first third down play of the afternoon.
There's Mike Archer, defensive coordinator for NC State. He's looking maybe the ball is a timeout here. Didn't have the right people on the field. And
that's his second timeout of the half. So 3:52 remaining in the first. Well, we had a good crowd this morning outside Kenan Stadium, and as Tar Heel fans get ready for their big rivalry game in Chapel Hill, one of the great places to tailgate in college football. Be a super tailgate hero with Bojangles 12-piece super tailgate special. We got into a little of that this morning. Remember, it's always bow time when you are tailgating, and they sure know how to do that here in Chapel Hill. There was a lot of go blue this morning.
Yeah, this is one of the really cool scenes in the ACC is this game, NC State, North Carolina. NC State's had their way with it over the last 5 years, but the rivalry's still huge.
We were just talking about Bryn Renner.
His numbers, and some of that has been Bryn really managing the game extremely well, dropping it off, not forcing the ball into coverage. He's played extremely well here early.
This is a 3rd down and 7, and again, their first 3rd down of the game.
Giovani Bernard is checked back into the lineup. He's a guy that NC State will try to find.
Carolina's 10th play of the drive. Renner, backside pressure, throws into the corner. Incomplete.
Well, that's a nice play by Earl Wolf, the safety, coming over and taking the out route. See, they fake the quick screen to the outside. Now Wolf has to have his eyes on a swivel because he's got to find the receiver, Ebron, going deep. And Wolf does an outstanding job at getting there. When you start talking about safety play, Earl Wolf is as good as there is.
This will be a 45-yard attempt by Casey Barth. As long as this year is 48, that has plenty of distance, and it's good.
Now you talk about a guy that's automatic. His brother was automatic before him, and now he's automatic.
14 for 17 for the year, and it's 18-7 Carolina. Let's go back to Tom in the studio.
Thanks, Tim. Tom Wormy and Tommy Bowden in the studio. Let's take a look at what's happening in the Twitter world with our AT&T fan tweets. Coach, they want to know, what do you think of the unconventional uniforms by North Carolina today?
As a head coach, I like them because the players like them. As a head coach, I used to meet with the players and let them make the decision. As long as it wasn't shorts and sandals, I let them go with it.
Busting out the chrome helmets for North Carolina, and they've got the lead in the first quarter. Let's go back to Chapel Hill, to Tim for all the action.
Hey, we're fired up, Arch.
What's cool about it, Tim, is being able to try to keep the continuity of the uniform, but still work a new look in. And the Tar Heel on the side of the helmet is awesome. I think it's a great look.
Casey Barth comes on for the kickoff after hitting that 45-yard field goal. And Palmer will be standing at his own 3. Barth's last kick went through the end zone for a touchback. This will be taken a yard deep. Palmer to the 10. Gets a block at the 15 and is taken down at the 17, and he's taken down rather rudely.
Tim, NC State needed to answer after losing, falling down 15-0, and it was a good job by Glennon settling in. Dana Bible getting some easy throws, takes the underneath throw to the tight end Carter, then drops it off to Peyton underneath, and then great protection here. Watch him stand, wait, sort it out, and Charlie Hegedus deep for the touchdown, and NC State's on the board, his first of his career.
7 for 8 today. Glennon has hit 14 different receivers this season. They spread the ball around pretty well. Got 5 today involved already in the ball game. Here's Glennon on first down, throws the out pattern. That's complete. This is Carter, and Mario Carter puts the ball on the ground. They said he was out of bounds, just short of the 25-yard line, so it's a pickup of 7. Schenkel picked it up and ran the other way, but it wasn't a scoop and score opportunity.
Just a zone play where he throws the ball that doesn't have the up the field throw. You see Underwood beyond, he's not open, so you drop it off to the tight end, and Carter tries to extend, reach out. Looked like he controlled the football until he hit the ground. Larry Fedora arguing on the North Carolina sideline wants that looked at, and they will take another look.
Looked like he slammed the ball to the ground, as you said, when he reached out.
Now this is the true instance where in college football, I don't think the ground can cause the fumble. Let's look and see if he controls the ball, or does it come loose from his hand before he touches the ground. Not sure we can see it from that angle. Let's see if he controls the ball until it touches the ground.
Looks like he slammed the ball and the ground caused it. Now the officials on the field called that it was a completion, and so it looks to me like this play is going to stand.
Yeah, I don't see the ball coming out prior to him touching down on the ground. So, but again, no part of his body had touched the ground as the ball came out.
The other thing, that play was whistled dead. Otherwise, Schenkel had himself a touchdown if it was in fact a fumble. How about this performance by Carolina, 18-7 in the first quarter. Hey, today's coverage for ACC football is being broadcast on AFN, the American Forces Network. We welcome the nearly 1 million men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces stationed around the globe in 175 countries and on the high seas. We're so proud to have you with us today and hope you're enjoying the broadcast, and we certainly appreciate everything that you do for us. This is taking a little bit longer than I thought.
No part of the body is on the ground as he slams the football to the ground and comes out. But and that's what Larry Fedora is arguing, is he's saying he was not down by contact because the ball was the only thing that had touched the ground at that point.
Tom O'Brien in his 6th year at NC State, won 17 games the last 2 years, 2 bowl games, the Belk Bowl and the Champs Sports Bowl.
Taking a while to sort this one out now. Is
didn't look that complicated.
Referee Cherry, who's done a million of these in his career.
120 years of football, and only one NC State team has posted a double-digit win total in a year. That was Phillip Rivers when he led the pack to 11 wins back in 2002. Here's another look.
There's no question, nothing. See, his hand is on the ground on the left. There's no elbow on the ground. Just determining whether they had blown the ball down by contact there, or did the ball come loose prior to him being considered down on the play. Look at the way North Carolina State is taking care of the football. You see in the wins, obviously, dramatic difference, and this would probably be reflected in any team. You turn it over, you're going to lose, and it's been dramatic. You turn it over 10 times, you're going to lose twice. That's the way it's worked out for NC State this year.
I can't figure out what's taken so long on this. Find out what yardage. Here's the call.
After further review, there was a fumble and immediate recovery by North Carolina. The ball replaced at the 25-yard line. Please set the game clock to 3-3-0. Thank you.
So you heard Ron Cherry. It is a fumble. The ball was blown dead at that point. It'll be Carolina football. First fumble in the last 6 games by NC State against North Carolina.
Well, Coach Fedora was immediate. He got on the side judge or the field judge here at the bottom and immediately talked to him about how that was a fumble that needs to be reviewed. And it wasn't long before the booth called down and said, hey, we need to take another look at that. So very excited about that. Obviously, Tom's team now, Tom O'Brien's team, sudden change situation now for Mike Archer's defense.
Tom O'Brien not happy about the call. Carolina fans ecstatic. Giovani Bernard, who was shaken up, is back in the ball game.
A lot of teams, a lot of offensive coordinators, Blake Anderson, they like to strike right out of a timeout like this, or a turnover will take a shot.
Tom O'Brien still talking to the officials over on the sideline, and now he goes back off the field. Ron Cherry blows the whistle, and here we go. Ebron and Tab both in the ball game. 4 wideouts.
North Carolina shown in blitz right here. North Carolina State.
Renner looks to the sideline, switches Bernard to the right side. They run the option, and Renner spins his way across the 25 to the 24. Not much there. They'll give him a gain of 2 close to the 23-yard line. Here's a look at Darrell Cato Bishop, 6'4", 280 pounds. Started at defensive end and tackle last year. He's a leader of that defense. Renner throws over the middle. It's complete. Down inside the 10. Incomplete. Incomplete. He lost the handle, and it was knocked away at the last second.
Well, Earl Wolf is phenomenal guy at getting the ball out. He's caused 8 fumbles in his career, which is tops on his team. And watch him come in 27. This is going to be a completion to Ebron. Watch him come in and strip it out, knock it out, and almost ended up with the football himself. But he was there at the collision point to help make sure that Ebron did not catch that football.
He heard Ebron coming. Looked like he had it in his hands, and as he brought it down, he knew Wolf was right there. 3rd down and 8. With time again, over the middle, same play. Good catch by Ebron this time, and he's down inside the 10 to the 6. Eric Ebron again.
Yeah, talking to North Carolina's coaches, they wanted to get Ebron isolated on linebackers to the inside. They got him locked on Dowdy that time, and it's a tough matchup for a safety, let alone a linebacker.
Pick up 16, and it's go. All go for Carolina. Bernard bangs his way up inside. Inside the 5. It's a pickup of 5.
This is something you won't see from North Carolina very often. They're huddling. They're going to huddle down here at the 2-yard line, make sure they get the right play in, take care of the football. They want to change personnel. They're going to go get big people here and go to a little bit more of a bigger package to try to get Giovani Bernard in the end zone.
Defending the red zone presented by CPI Security. You see what NC State has done with their backs to the wall, trying to bow their back here. Bernard right side. Not going to get there. Teal, McGill, and Dowdy all in there to stop him, but he's down to the 1.
Yet another broken line play. They want to show movement one way, counter back the other. You see the big-time block by Jonathan Cooper, big-time left guard, but that cannot clear enough room as they fold in and stop Giovani Bernard. Now 3rd and goal.
Brandon Bishop was the last to turn him away as Bernard kept churning to get inside that 1. 3rd down and 1. Did he get there? Touchdown Tar Heels. Giovani Bernard again.
Tim, sometimes it pays to be a little guy down on the goal line. You hear, get your big people in and we'll push it in the end zone. But here, Gio, because he's small, watch him knife underneath and get underneath NC State's players and pump it in the end zone.
Got an NC State Wolfpacker down on the ground at the 10.
That's a good job by North Carolina to cash in the turnover.
Giovani Bernard now with 10 touchdown runs this year. He was the first freshman in 24 years to be first team All ACC at North Carolina. Continuing that pace here in his sophomore campaign. Rushed for 100 yards in 3 straight games, 10 in his career now, as they continue to work on Justin Burris.
Let's take a look again at the touchdown. Watch Gio get the shoulder pads down. He stumbled just a little bit, but the leg drive pushes him just across the stripe for the touchdown. And again, when you get an opportunity, a short field opportunity, you got to cash those in, and North Carolina did that. Gio now 7 carries, 33 yards, and 2 touchdowns, plus 3 receptions, 24 yards. It's been a big part of what North Carolina's been so far.
So Burris goes out, Amerson comes back in along with Dante Johnson. Those are your corners here on this extra point attempt by Casey Barth. Good snap, good hold, and Barth is good again. Carolina 25, NC State 7 in the first. Let's go back to Tom and Tommy.
Thank you, Tim. Time for a Hyundai update. Tom Wormy, Tommy Bowden in the studio. Maryland and Boston College in the first quarter.
Long pass, tailback up the middle, and a pass. Great pass by Chase Reddick to touchdown Boston College.
David Dudek makes the catch, 20 yards on the play. BC up 7-0.
A little bit of a surprise there. Boston College playing at home and getting on the board against a very good Maryland defense.
Tim, let's take a look at what Gio, what makes him the player he is, and his vision. Part of it, that comes with patience, but watch him wait, find the crease, and then take off. Then how about his balance? His ability to find the crease, stay shoulders square, and hit it. And then here's the part that everybody's seen that has had a chance to watch him. It's his acceleration. Once he sees the gap, you can kiss it goodbye, because he's going to be by you and down the sideline. He's got all the attributes of a great running back, and we've seen him on display today.
Off to a terrific start here this afternoon. This will go out through the end zone and a touchback, and that's where North Carolina State will start its offense. So Mike Glennon comes back on. As you look at Giovani Bernard, what a year he's having, what a career he's having at NC State.
Well, he's missed 2 games this year. Missed 2 games this year with some injuries. Was banged up a little bit in their first game against Elon. In a game he had a great game in. Punt return touchdown, long touchdown run. But he still leads the ACC in rushing.
Gio's brother, quite a tailback as well, was an all-conference running back at Oregon State. Glennon to throw on first down. And it's dropped. Pass was thrown to Underwood, and Brian Underwood flat out dropped it.
Boy, what a good job. Again, protection up front for Glennon. And then his ability to see. At 6'6", he waits. Underwood running the deep end route. He controls the linebackers with his eyes and then shoots it right in the gap. And boy, that's a pass that Brian Underwood has got to catch for his quarterback.
Tom O'Brien and the Wolfpack a little shaky here early on.
Yeah, but no panic in Tom O'Brien, and his quarterback reflects his demeanor. They never panic. They just continue to come after you.
Second down. Big gainer by Creasy, and Creasy has a first down for the Wolfpack. Sam Smiley made the tackle. Smiley didn't start today. He's got a turf toe problem. Rankin started, but Smiley in on the play.
And I think Dana Bible's willingness to throw the ball on first down is allowing them to run it on second down. They're having success with running the football on second down.
Glennon with time again goes, and again it's dropped. And again it's Underwood.
Now this is where, watch Glennon now come up and talk to him. Glennon's going to come up and talk to him. Little conversation with he and his receiver, but all that is he's turning to look to run. It's better to catch the football and fall down for a 20-yard completion than catch it and run another 5. So Glennon reminded him, hey, just squeeze the football.
Tar Heel defenders reminded him too. They were talking to him all the way back. Here they go over the middle. This is complete. And Smith is down inside the 30.
Rashard Smith is going to line up in the slot, and this is the area they've been attacking, is the middle of the field. Two high safeties for North Carolina, and they've done a nice job of getting a receiver in that area. And again, Rashard Smith with a big catch, very similar to the area that Underwood just dropped 2 passes.
Last 40 seconds of the quarter. Glennon with time, goes to the corner. Smith is overthrown.
Just a throwaway there. Again, a good protection up front for Glennon to really go through his read here and actually got to his 4th receiver and threw the football away. So that NC State offensive line doing a heck of a job up front. Let's go down to Mike Hogwood.
Guys, we're talking about Tom O'Brien's cool. How about Mike Glennon? This guy's a veteran. Remember what he did against Florida State. He has not lost his cool in this game. He's really showing a lot of leadership.
Glennon again with plenty of time, throws back into that corner and has it complete. Tobias Palmer. There is a flag. Touchdown NC State. We'll wait to see if it's offense or defense. It looks like it was between the defender and the receiver bumping and grinding in the last 10 yards.
I think this is an offensive pass interference or a hold here by the defender. Looked like Gene Robinson.
The penalties decline. Touchdown.
Touchdown State. It was the defense.
You heard Mike Hogwood talk about owner count Glennon out. Watch where this throw is from Glennon. Now he's got the coverage is good to the inside. Look, outside shoulder throw by Glennon. Nice adjustment by Rashard Smith, and it's in the end zone, and back comes NC State.
Nicholas Sadie steps up and bangs it through.
I love how NC State responded, and that's what Tom O'Brien's team's about. They just continue to kind of hang around and keep getting after you. Dana Bible's done a nice job of making sure his quarterback's got the ball in his hands and let him distribute the football. They have not been able to put any pressure on Glennon. Just a 58-second drive. What a great answer by the Wolfpack.
Mike Glennon continues to manage the game, although he's playing from behind. The newly designed official ACC mobile apps presented by Carrabba's, available now for your Android, iPhone, iPad, Nokia Lumia Windows phone. Live games, video scores, stats, and a whole lot more. All you have to do is visit theacc.com/apps to download today. Very, very impressive the way Mike Glennon orchestrated that very quick drive and the touchdown. Had a couple of drops, still came back, as you said, encouraged everybody and stayed right with them.
And you credit Rashard Smith for coming in. He'd been sitting on the bench. Underwood drops a couple passes. Rashard Smith comes right in. They plug him in the slot. He makes back-to-back plays for Glennon, and the ball's in the end zone.
This will be Tapley about 4 yards deep. Lets it hit, roll through, so it's a touchback. And they'll bring it out, and that's where North Carolina will start. Well, we've talked a lot today about Gio Bernard. We've talked about Tony Creasy, but when you look at the leaders, there he is right on top. Giovani Bernard having one heck of a year.
Yeah, and averaging 194 in his last 3. Tough break for Chris Thompson. He is having a great year for Florida State. Tore his knee up last week in the game, and just feel terrible for him. Obviously had the injury a year ago with the back. He was having a phenomenal. I had to talk to the NC State coaches talking about Chris Thompson. They said what a phenomenal player he is. But Gio leading the pack, running the football in the ACC.
Bernard, Ellington, Thompson, Andre Williams also up there. Left side goes A.J. Blue.
On the carry.
Knocked out of bounds by Dowdy. Mark it at about the 27-yard line. Second down and 8. Little swing pass to Bernard is incomplete.
Yeah, and that one's on Renner because he let his feet go dead. He got back there, got flat-footed, and you got to keep your feet alive to be able to pop the ball out there. The flat-footed ball sunk on him, and he didn't get it to Bernard. Now here's the guy right here. This is Eric Ebron, and he is the matchup problem for NC State.
Third down, they need 7. Renner with time, throws underneath. This is Bernard. He'll be short of the first down, and that should be the last play of the quarter as the last 3 seconds tick off.
Well, what a great tackle by Pittman right there to force a 4th down situation. Excellent job by NC State. This has been an NC State defense who's pushed around a little bit. They've answered the bell. We got a battle in Chapel Hill.
NC State fans were a little shell-shocked beginning of that first quarter. North Carolina came out and ran right at them, 25-14. Carolina leads. The team that has held the rushing advantage in this series has won 18 of the last 20 meetings, and in the first quarter, that was North Carolina. 4th down and 2. Carolina will punt it away. Tommy Hibbert comes on. Tobias Palmer standing at his own 26-yard line. And it'll be fair caught. 40-yard punt, no return, and that's where the Wolfpack will take over. Fans, check out the ACC road trip driven by Chevy with Tommy Kane and the crew. The Ultimate Road Trip Sweepstakes continues with a chance to win a trip to the ACC Football Championship game in Charlotte on December 1st. To enter, log on to the acc.com/roadtrip or visit on Facebook.
Yeah, Tommy was at Duke last week, went over to Cameron for a little while, and then he went and watched one of the great games we've seen all year long. Duke's come from behind win against North Carolina a week ago.
Glennon with time throws underneath to Thornton and another drop. So Glennon has 3 drops here in the last 5 passes.
Yeah, that time Thornton is just a check down, and Glennon does such a good job of seeing what's going on down the field and then be willing to take the underneath throw. He's willing to take the short throw, try to move the chains. Love the way he surveys the field.
Thornton stays in the game. Glennon again to throw. Throws over the middle. Here he is. He's got to complete to Thornton, and he's up close to a first down, depending on the mark. It's a gain close to 10 yards. Our first quarter stats brought to you by Food Lion. The big stats, that first one, 27 plays against just 19 for State.
Well, how about right here? North Carolina has been living in NC State territory. 16 plays in North Carolina State territory.
This is Thornton, bangs his way out for another pretty good gain on first down, pick up a 4.
Boy, North Carolina State is really humming on offense, and credit Dana Bible the way he's calling the play, throwing the ball on first down, mixing some run in on second down. I think it's really helped keep North Carolina off balance.
NC State had scored only 37 points combined in their last 2 games. They had 14 here in the first period. Glennon skates, again throws, and again it's dropped.
That's 4 drop passes now in just over a quarter of football. And these are drops where you've got receivers running all alone, wide open. Let's go down to Mike Underwood.
Arch, has been a little bit of an illness running through this North Carolina team this week, including their senior captain on defense, Kevin Reddick. They got a call Thursday about midnight that he was sick. They were really worried about it, but he took a lot of fluids yesterday and is out here gutting it out today and playing well.
NC State's got a little sickness right now with the drops. This ball incomplete. Lucky it wasn't picked off.
Yeah, Terry Schenkel comes on the corner fire and elevates and bats the ball down. This is a check down by Glennon. Good play by Schenkel to get NC State off the field. So a nice job by North Carolina's defense. We talked about NC State on 3rd down in their defense. Here North Carolina rises up and gets the Wolfpack offense off the field.
Second big play by Schenkel in this game already. He had that hamstring and missed some time, but he's had a knockdown and a really good coverage in a hurry. And that's where Carolina will take it over just inside the 21-yard line. It's a 37-yard punt. 25-14 Carolina.
ACC football is brought to you by Haviland, by Buick, by Hardee's, by BMW, and by Progressive.
Well, it's just about that time of year. That pumpkin looks like some of the faces on the fans when they saw how fast North Carolina scored in this ball game.
You and Hogwood did an excellent job on that, by the way. It was a good.
Took us all
job.
night.
Yeah.
13:49 to play in the first half. Carolina got out to the quick lead. NC State coming back. This is Bernard around the corner and a flag flies. And it was thrown in the backfield. That doesn't make Renner happy. He goes over to Don Cherry and starts letting him know about it. Ron Cherry threw the flag, and it's going to be against the Tar Heels.
Holding, number 78, offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay the down.
That's Landon Turner.
You know, Eric Ebron, we talked about the difference he can make, and obviously an outstanding receiver at the tight end spot. But how about this? Playing both sides of the football. Got pressure early, but they said, wait a minute, we got to double team this guy. We'll get him knocked. We'll knock him out of here. You're on the wrong side of the ball there, youngster. But how about versatility of this guy playing both ways today, rushing the passer, and has been a big part of what they do, throw the football.
Outstanding player. First down and 20 now for the Tar Heels. This is Bernard, and Bernard has nowhere to run.
A nice play by T.Y. McGill to get in there. They talk about the size, these big guys up front. 290-pound number 75 T.Y. McGill just defeats the block, gets in on Giovani Bernard's back early, kind of disrupts the play, and they stop it for a negative gain.
Brings up second down and 19, and they drop on North Carolina's side of the ball. Ebron had it hit his chest plate and bounce away.
They're trying to set up a jailbreak screen for the big tight end and release the offensive line down the field. All Ebron had to do was catch it, and he had a bit of a punt return set up for himself, but did not squeeze it.
NC State leads the ACC in sacks with 22. They have 9 interceptions on the year. They have none here today. Second, or 2 for 4 on third down conversions is Carolina, and they've got a big one here. 3rd and 19. A flag down. We'll see what this is.
Offside. Defense, number 95. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
All right, Norman jumped too early.
Yeah, Norman's the leading sacker on this team, number 95 for NC State. Kind of a smallish defensive end, but jumped in the neutral zone, and that made James Hurst pull out of there. So this is an NC State defense that's excellent on third down. Only 28% are people converting on third down against this Wolfpack defense.
Well, they haven't made Renner uncomfortable yet. He seems to be really in the flow. Here he throws again to flanker screen. This is complete out across the 20, and Tapley goes all the way out to the 21-yard line, but good pursuit by NC State after a gain of 4. Brandon Bishop got there to take him down.
Now throwing the screen again, just a quick throw to the outside, trying to catch a block and then crease somebody, but a good job. Look how NC State leveraged the ball there, inside and outside. Bishop makes the tackle, but a number of the Wolfpack around the football.
So Tommy Hibbert comes on to punt it away. Shad Smith is deep for State. Hibbert's got the wind at his back and shanks it off the side of his foot. This is at the 40. It'll go up. It won't even make it to midfield. So Hibbert, with the wind at his back, almost missed the ball, shanked it, and it goes out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A 27-yard punt. So Mike Glennon comes on. And he'll have good field position. North Carolina scored 15 points in the first 4 minutes of this ball game. Since then, North Carolina State has come roaring back. As a matter of fact, they've scored 14 straight now, and it's 25-21 with 11:35 to play in the second quarter. Good old-fashioned shootout down here between the pines of Kenan Stadium.
They got a dangerous returner now. Tapley taking one back this year already, 94 yards for a touchdown. The wind into the kicker here.
This one's returnable, but he lets it go, and it bounces through the end zone for another touchback. Wasn't that deep, but it had some height on it. Take a look at our Haviland defensive shield. NC State's defense in the first half. Third down conversions.
Yeah, for the season, that's an unbelievable number, 16%. Now, North Carolina's been a little bit more successful, 40% so far today, but This is an NC State team that overall only given up 28% on third down for the whole year.
Marquise Williams comes in at quarterback now for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, Renner out here.
And Williams stumbles and picks up absolutely nothing. They met him there. Nobody was fooled.
That's a nice adjustment by NC State to realize who was in at quarterback, knowing that Marquise does not throw the ball very often. But just a change up, just something to give NC State something to think about.
Giovani Bernard comes back in. Renner now at quarterback. Renner throws the out pattern. This is complete. Out to close to the 30, pick up of 5.
That's a good tackle by Dowdy outside the linebacker. Again, one-on-one. If Davis is able to get clean there, that's going to be a first down. So now you force it into the strength of this NC State defense. That's their third down defense.
This is an up-tempo attack. Took NC State by surprise early on. Renner, backside pressure, steps up, throws over the middle, has a man. This is Ebron, and Ebron's all the way down to the 33-yard line. Brandon Bishop made the stop, but he's also the guy who was beaten a 37-yard pickup.
When you talk about pressure in the passer, let's see if he can climb in the pocket. Watching him climb up in the pocket gives him a little bit more time to find Ebron right down the pipe.
This is Bernard for a couple.
That's a good job by that interior part of North Carolina's offensive line to provide a place for Renner to slide, give him that little extra time to find Ebron, who was running the deep route down the middle.
Eric Ebron having a whale of a game this afternoon. He's got 3 catches. He's already played on defense, got a quarterback hurry. 2nd down and 7 for Renner.
Safety's creeping up. Here they come.
And showing blitz, and the left side of the line jumped. It looked like Jonathan Cooper.
64 offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Cooper may be the best left guard in the country.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it, and it's something you don't see very often. But again, North Carolina State creeping up, showing blitz. Cooper knew he had to take care of that A-gap, just moved a little bit early.
Here's a little swing pass to Gio Bernard. Bernard inside the 30, tattooed once he gets down to the 27 by Brandon Bishop.
Good block on the outside. Talk about Ebron and catching the football. Big number 85 provided a block there for Giovani Bernard to get up the field and make this a 3rd and medium situation.
Gain of 7 makes it 3rd down and 5.
Now here's Ebron right here. He's the guy that North Carolina State has not been able to cover today.
So the little swinger out to Bernard, and there's not much there. Good coverage by NC State. Absolutely nothing. That was Highsmith. Let's go down to Mike.
Guys, we're talking about Eric Ebron. This is a guy, because of some team rules, had to miss the bowl game last year. It was a real wake-up call. You talk to all the coaches, they say he has totally matured since then, has really changed everything, the way he looks at school, the way he looks at football, and what a difference it has made in his game.
This is Casey Barth on to attempt a 46-yard field goal. His longest is 48, and this is no good. He was right about at his limit, had to force it, and pulled it left. 8:33 remaining in the half. Mike Glennon coming back after the break. NC State is on a roll. You are watching the ACC Network, an exclusive production of Raycom Sports. Covers over 62 million U.S. TV households, which is over 54% of the country. Carolina jumped out to a 15-0 lead, and NC State has come back and closed that gap. 25-21 is our score. And now Mike Glennon takes over for NC State after 14 unanswered. He'll try to add to that.
Been a steady diet of throwing the ball on 1st down for NC State so far.
Glennon drops the ball, picks it up, and he's sacked. He drops the ball again. Ball's loose. And NC State gets it back. So NC State has had drop passes, and now Glennon drops the ball, just pulling away from center.
A little fortunate that Rod Crisp, the left tackle, is going to fall on the football here. Just dropped the football. Couldn't tell if he brushed Creasy on the way back on the drop, but this is the first time North Carolina's gotten around him. And then Chris, number 78, falls on the football to save NC State.
And that one's incomplete. And there is a flag.
Number 88, that's a 5-yard penalty.
So this is against Peyton. And no play. They'll move him back, and it'll make 2nd and 24 for the Wolfpack.
Chris, the guy that fell on the football, false start on him this time, so that moves it back another 5. And North Carolina has countered. They've got 6 defensive backs on the field, just 3 down line left.
Peyton goes all the way to the top of the screen. Glennon, the swing pass to the 15. Creasy hit immediately.
Good job with the coverage. 6 DBs. They blitz a corner, and really that's just like a linebacker coming off the edge because they have another defensive back on the field that can replace in the flat. Good job of coming up Tim Scott to make the tackle, and relatively nothing on the gain. And now North Carolina State, this is one where you got to manage it if you're Glennon, take care of the football, NC State.
3rd down and 23. Glennon rolls, throws deep, and has a man wide open. It's Palmer. Palmer inside the 20. He's gone. Touchdown NC State all alone. Tobias Palmer. Oh my. NC State with its first lead of the game after an 83-yard strike to Tobias Palmer, who was lost in the secondary. And the band plays on.
Boy, a total bust in the secondary by North Carolina. We'll show it to you. Just a double move by Palmer puts him in the end zone, and they buy some time for Glennon with a little half roll.
Any extra point is good. 28-25, NC State. Wow.
Palmer at the top of the screen right here, going to come down and double move and get to the middle of the field. Little half roll to buy time for Glennon. Little half roll, buying some time, and Palmer just runs right by the corner. Safety plays up. And boy, that is as easy as it gets. Just a complete blown coverage in the back end by North Carolina on 3rd in a lifetime for the Wolfpack.
You know what was really impressive is the way Glennon, who once he recognized he had a guy wide open, just put air under the ball, even let him wait for it, did not want to overthrow him.
That's a good call, Tim. Just put the ball on him, secure the completion. And Palmer was so open that he just caught it, stopped, caught it, put it in the end zone. But again, no panic again in the big quarterback. And I like Dana Bible, a little half roll after his quarterback had been sacked 2 plays previous, give him a little extra time to find it.
Wow. Nicholas Sadie will kick off. John Tapley and Ramar Morris are deep. Sadie almost into the stands. Listen to Gary Hahn, who calls the NC State Wolfpack Network.
High snap, Glennon rolling to his right, trying to buy some time, cocks the arm, now he's going to throw it long, down the right side, open as Palmer, got it, 30-yard line, 20, clear field, he's into the end zone, touchdown State.
Think Gary's not happy?
He was as surprised as we were that Palmer had gotten behind. I'm sure as surprised as Larry Fedora was that his defense could allow a defender or a receiver to get behind the secondary on a 3rd and a long situation.
See how Carolina responds. Renner complete, 1st down. Davis picks up 13.
We talked to Blake Anderson, the offensive coordinator for North Carolina. He said they weren't going to work outside the numbers very much because they liked how well North Carolina played at corner, but they're playing soft enough where there's some room out there.
Bernard slips, loses yardage. Closed captioning for ACC football is brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's bow time. It was bow time this morning. We put on the feed bag.
See, both North Carolina State's corners are playing soft. You can attack to the outside.
2nd down and 13 for Carolina. Straight ahead they go. Bernard across the 40 to the 41. Pickup of 6. Let's go downstairs to Mike Hogwood.
Cornerback David Amerson got his 17th career interception last week. That set a state record. And Arch, I've been down here watching. They aren't throwing a lot his way today.
No, when you have a penchant for coming up with the football, he's got 4 on the year this year. You tend to stay away from him.
State's 11-2 when he gets a pick. I'd stay away from him too. Pass is knocked down, incomplete.
Good pressure by Dowdy, the linebacker. Little delayed blitz by Dowdy, 34, as he kind of delays. Then it come in and get in Renner's face. Renner tried to reload it. I think he wanted to pull it down and take a shot, but he realized that he had pressure, and the ball just kind of slipped out there.
So the Tar Heels have to punt it away. So Tommy Hibbert, who had a very short shank the last time he punted it, is on to kick it with the wind at his back again. Rashard Smith is standing at the 21-yard line.
He's had a touchdown return this year of 73 yards.
Hibbert again off the side of his foot, but this one is a pretty good punt. And Smith has nowhere to run. Good coverage by North Carolina State. Hibbert gets it done. Little pooch kick inside the 20. Well, the ACC has unlocked its archive so you can relive classic football games, and all you can be seen for free at the ACC.com. Monitor in black and white, Arch. Hey, we head back to 2002 when NC State beat North Carolina 34-17 behind Phillip Rivers, who passed and ran for a touchdown. T.A. McClendon ran for 2 scores as well. You can watch and share your favorite ACC football moments at the ACC.com/vault.
You know, that's not the memory that the North Carolina fans tend to remember. They remember T.A. McClendon being turned away at the goal line. That's the one they want to remember.
Oh, that was a big one. Glennon with pressure. And he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And a 6-man pressure by North Carolina. They've realized their front 4 can't get to Glennon, so they've turned it up the last 2 weeks and come with more people. Again, this was a 6-man pressure, and it got to Glennon. Their mission today defensively was to move Glennon off his spot. Not a great scrambler, but they haven't been able to move him much.
Glennon throws underneath, good coverage. Carolina hits him immediately, not much there. Pickup of 5. Brian Underwood with another reception, but he felt every bit of it.
This is where Glennon touched him last time with a deep throw on 3rd down and long. It's a 3rd and long situation, not near as long as it was last down, but he's been lethal in this situation.
Pack needs 7. Glennon with time. Has the first down to Tobias Palmer.
And the problem for North Carolina is clear. They cannot get pressure with 4, so they need to send more than 4. If you do that, now you're man-to-man in the secondary. And if Glennon has time, he's got his guys running one-on-one.
He needed 7, picked up 11. First down now. Palmer. And Glennon throws the out pattern to Underwood. Had his feet in, another first down, and they'll move the chains up to the 47-yard line. A pickup of 17. Mike Glennon really having a strong game.
He's in a rhythm, Tim. He's in the zone. Watch him float back here, a little back foot throw. Good job of working the sideline by Underwood, and gets the first down.
Glennon again goes underneath. This is complete to Underwood, who breaks the tackle and slides to the outside. He's down into Carolina territory before Boston finally takes him down.
Well, the North Carolina State coaches wanted a face mask there. Did not get a call as the North Carolina defender came up to make the tackle.
Underwood still pleading his case. James Washington comes in for the Wolfpack. Picked off. Interception by Carolina. This is Darian Rankin. And the Tar Heels are back in business.
Boy, Tom O'Brien is livid with Rashard Smith. This is a great throw by Glennon, right on the money. They come with blitz. The area is open. He puts it right on Smith, and he drops the football. And it ricochets right in the hands of the redshirt freshman, Darian Rankin.
Rankin had gotten a lot of playing time when Sam Smiley was out with a turf toe.
Looks like maybe Jabari Price, who was trying to come to the inside to help out on the defensive play there, and got tangled up in the traffic. Junior out of Pompano Beach, Florida. He's been a really good player on the corner.
Boy, that's a big turnover too, Arch, because NC State had really been on a roll.
And Tom O'Brien not happy with it's been dropped back. Let's see if we can find out what happens to Jabari Price as he comes to the inside. Here he is defending right here, defending on Rashard Smith. He's just going to come in and try to get the strip. The ball bounces off the shoulder pad. Let's see what happens on the end of this play. Kind of fell on the legs of Smith there. It's maybe a win situation where he fell on the legs of Rashard Smith there. It happened to you all the time, didn't it, Tim?
Yeah, it did. This is a big play, Arch. I mean, it stops NC State, which was moving the football again, and they've scored 21 unanswered points in this half. So it stems the tide.
Yeah, and we mentioned Jabari Price. He's been a solid player for him this year. Missed 4 games a year ago with a torn tendon in his hand, and they really missed him. But he's been on the field for him all year long this year, and been a big part of what they do.
A reminder coming up on the Hyundai halftime report. Tom Wormy and Tommy Bowden will have highlights from the Maryland-Boston College game. Right now, BC leads 7-0, and they'll answer Twitter questions from Tom and the coach. It's all coming up at the halftime. 21 unanswered points by NC State after Carolina came out and scored 15 points in the first 4 minutes of this game. Bernard and Blue both in the game. Renner in the middle takes the snap and gives it to Blue. Blue's loose. And the juice is loose inside the 35-yard line before Bishop finally makes the tackle, a gain of 22.
Now, so much concentration on Giovani Bernard, and Blue busts it right through the middle. Nice job up front.
Quick out pattern. This is complete. This is Bernard down inside the 30. Pick up a 5.
You know, NC State defensively has done a nice job on that play, Tim, today. They've tried a number of quick screens, whether it's been Bernard or Davis or Ebron, and they've done a really good job of preventing that from being a big play.
Second down, the Tar Heels need a handful. A long 5. Here they throw underneath to wide open. Tab inside the 10. Tab down to the 4-yard line. Jack Tab makes the catch.
NC State blitzes on this play. Watch Giovani Bernard come off and pick up the blitz right there by Renner time to find Jack Tab, the tight end. But good job by Bernard. We talk about his running, but how about the protection there to give his quarterback time?
First and goal from the 4 after a gain of 26. This is Bernard. He'll lose a yard. Wolf again makes the tackle. That's 2 in a row.
Earl Wolf is something when he decides to come up and play the run game. He is as solid as there is at safety, certainly in the back end defending, but when he defends the run, he's very, very good.
Wolf, the captain and leading tackler of this defense. A 5-year senior.
Remember Ebron right here on the end of the line of scrimmage with a 3-receiver set. He's been a tough matchup today.
Second and goal from just outside the 5. Renner. Oh, knocked away and intercepted. Oh, what a terrific tip to himself by C.J. Wilson.
Boy, and this one's on Renner, Tim. He just did not get the ball out there. Now, did C.J. Wilson squeeze it enough to secure the completion or the interception?
Let's take a look.
Want Ebron in the back corner. The ball's underthrown, and Wilson tips the ball away to himself, falls to the ground. Looks like he just pitched it to the ground after he caught it, so no doubt he caught the football here. Boy, and Bryn Renner just underthrew this. He has Ebron. If he takes him to the back pylon, it's a touchdown. He allowed C.J. Wilson to fall off at the corner spot to make the play.
What a terrific play. You practice the tip all the time in practice. Very rarely do you see it. Here he tipped it to himself. And Kenan Stadium goes silent.
Boy, that's a punch to the body. That's a body blow now. You got the turnover. You make a couple big plays, put yourself in scoring position, and really you have Ebron open if you take him to the back corner, and Renner was just too careful with the throw.
Hand off to Creasy as they try to melt the clock and get themselves into the clubhouse. Let's take a look at our BMW Ultimate Drive, Arch.
Kind of an unconventional way to start the drive, a fumble, which results in a sack, and then your tackle has to recover the fumble. But in 3rd and long, how about an 83-yard bomb to Palmer for the touchdown? And that's your BMW Ultimate Drive, and that gives NC State the lead.
Mike Glennon has a cannon hanging from his shoulder. He's going to play on Sundays, folks. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Glennon throws across the middle. Nice defensive play broken up by Gene Robinson.
Yeah, very good job by Gene Robinson shadowing the tight end Asa Watson over the middle. And that's a play that Glennon has completed a number of times today to different receivers. This time Robinson knocks it away.
Robinson plays that new ram position, and Larry Fedora's defense got in his hip pocket. It'll bring up 3rd down and 13.
Well, Glennon's been good on 3rd down, so now in North Carolina, do you bring pressure or do you try to play coverage? You've had a tough time covering.
Glennon 20 of 29 this afternoon. This is Creasy around the corner. Will not have enough for the 1st down. Gene Robinson again with the play. Pickup of 9.
Just a conservative play there as we get a timeout by North Carolina, trying to give themselves an opportunity one more time to get the football.
Carolina will still have 51 seconds on the clock. Let's take a look at our Ram power play. Last Saturday, Virginia Tech visited Death Valley to take on Clemson. The Hokies driving down the field with the Tigers' Jonathan Meeks. But watch this. Picked off Logan Thomas. Meek with the pick. Meeks would end up taking the ball all the way to the house for a 74-yard pick six. Tigers went on to win 38-17 for 3 straight wins against the Hokies.
Yeah, it's something that Clemson had not done was make plays defensively. Meeks had 2 interceptions in the game, including this one for a touchdown that really turned the tide, and it ended up being a big win for Clemson at home.
Will Bauman comes on to punt it away for NC State. 51 seconds on the clock remaining in the half. This is a high tail wagger. Bernard takes it on the 31. And that'll be it. A 42-yard punt. Good hang time and no return. Gentry got there first. Good coverage by the pack.
Zach Gentry is one of those special teams aces. Tim led the team a year ago in special teams tackles, and again, good job there against Gio. Gio was going to try to test it a little bit, did not go for the fair catch, and good coverage by NC State.
So we'll see what Renner can do here in the last 42 seconds. Wolfpack defense made a stop with the interception in the end zone on the last drive. Renner with trouble. Scrambles ahead, picks up a couple of tough yards. Clock continues to move. Down inside, 30 seconds.
Glennon's been phenomenal. Of course, you throw the 83-yard touchdown pass, that's going to accelerate the numbers, but he's been phenomenal in the first half, as has Renner. Renner's throwing the ball well.
Backside pressure. Oh, is that a dangerous pass?
Really
C.J. Wilson had his eye on the pick.
Yeah, he was hunting his second one, and this one he wanted to take to the far end zone. But let's look at the pressure coming off the edge. We talked about Art Norman, his ability to get to the passer there, gets around Renner enough, and then an ill-advised throw into the right flat, and C.J. Wilson had visions of being in the end zone.
15 seconds left for Renner in the Tar Heels.
I would think this would be very conservative here. Maybe a Giovani Bernard run after that last throw.
They need 9 on 3rd down. That may be a moot point. Here's Bernard. And that'll squeeze the final seconds out of this half, I believe. Timeout taken by NC State, so they want to return out of this.
Yeah, they're going to make them punt the football with 10 seconds left. But this is, boy, if you could design what you wanted in a rivalry game, this is it. 28-25 right now with 10 seconds to go first half. Phenomenal first half by both teams. A lot of big plays.
Monster of a game, monster of a record at the top of the broadcast. Legendary rock band Kiss kicked off our telecast. The band's 20th studio album titled Monster was released earlier this month to great reviews, so be sure to order your copy now. The new album from Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, Tommy Thayer, Eric Singer, Monster. Get it today.
53 points so far, 699 yards of offense in the first half, Freddie Kiger tells me.
And we still have a whole half to go. 10 seconds left in this half. Smith standing at the 28-yard line. And they'll let it go. And that'll do it. So the half finally comes to an end. It was explosive for both teams. 14 points, 15 points scored by the Tar Heels in the first 4 minutes of the game, and then NC State came roaring back and leads at the half 28-25.
Well, I would think that Tom Osborne's got to be, or Tom O'Brien's got to be very happy with the way his team responded down 15-0. I would think Larry Fedora is going to be exercising some of the demons at halftime. Let's go down to Mike Hogwood.
Coach, you started out strong. What do you have to do now to get that offense back where it was at the beginning of the game?
We just need to make some adjustments, execute like we were at the beginning. It's going to be a 60-minute game. We knew that going into this game. It's going to go all the way down.
What about their offense? They got hot there in the second quarter. What does your defense need to do now?
They got to continue to do their job and play harder than the other guy.
All right. Well, he's headed to the locker room there, Larry Fedora. 28-25. Tom and Tommy, we expected a shootout. We got one. What a game here in Chapel Hill.
And welcome back to Kenan Stadium, everybody. This is a monster game, and what a first half we had. Tim Brandt and Dave Archer, it had everything. Interceptions, quarterbacks were sensational. Not much of a rushing game. Big hits. This had everything.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're looking for a rivalry game, this is the one to see. This is going to be exciting down to the wire.
Carolina got out of the blocks in a hurry. They scored 15 unanswered points in the first 4 minutes of this game, and it took a while for NC State to pick up the tempo of the game.
Fast start by North Carolina, and then the counter by NC State as you look at the halftime stats brought to you by Buick. A phenomenal job of NC State countering what North Carolina has been, but it's anybody's game.
Let's go downstairs to Mike Hogwood with Tom O'Brien.
All right, thanks a lot, Tim. Coach, you've got to be pleased with the way your team kept their composure after getting down 2 scores.
Yeah, we know it's a long game, and, we expected some of that stuff. We expected to play it a lot better than we did, but, it doesn't matter. We hung in there. We made some plays we had to make, and we ended up back on top.
Mike Glennon's got hot. Senior quarterback's doing pretty much what he's done all year right now.
Yeah, he's operating at a high level, and he's got to continue to do it.
What do you have to do to win this game here in the second half?
Well, we got to slow him down and stop him, which we haven't really done that well on defense, and then continue to make first downs on offense, because that'll end up in touchdowns.
Any major adjustments that you made at halftime?
Defensively, a couple things, but you'll have to watch and find out.
All right, good luck second half. Tim, back up to you.
I love the tease by Tom O'Brien. Keep them posted. Keep them on the TV sets. Tremendous first half. Take a look at those numbers, Arch.
Wow, Glennon, phenomenal. Part of that 328 is the 83-yard touchdown to Tobias Palmer on 3rd and long. But when you talk about keys to the game now, exploit and make some big plays yourself, limit the big plays for North Carolina. They haven't really limited North Carolina's big plays, but they've been able to exploit UNC. And for Renner, just really one poor throw that I can think of. It was the throw to Ebron in the corner of the end zone. CJ Brown comes up with the interception, so that hurt him.
ACC football games are brought to you in high definition by the ACC Network. Tremendous crowd. A lot of folks in Carolina waiting for Sandy, but so far it has been a spectacular afternoon for football. This is Tobias Palmer, returns it to the 15, the 20, gets a break, look out across the 30, almost to the 35 before he's run out of bounds. They'll mark this on the 34-yard line, but a big-time return.
Tim, I would think one of the changes North Carolina's got to make is they've got to get pressure on Glennon. Look at the protection he's been afforded, looking around, surveying, trying to find everybody that's in the package. And two of those long waits in the pocket have led to two long touchdown passes. There, one to Smith, one to Hegedus. So Glennon has been afforded a ton of time, and it's because Dana Bible's been willing to throw the ball on first down today. I really believe that.
This is his 20th start. 28-25 is our score. Give it to Creasy, and Creasy comes around the corner, breaks the tackle, and slides his way out to the 38-yard line. Tim Scott came up and made the tackle after a gain of 4.
Well, some of it's simple stuff that you need to change, and it might be just making tackles. That time, Darian Rankin, the safety, number 27, has a shot at Creasy in the backfield, and he misses the tackle. So now you're 2nd and 6. That's exactly what you're looking for on that run play.
Glennon throws underneath. He's made a habit of going under there. Intended for Palmer, incomplete. A little bit high, a little bit hard. Trey Boston was there in the coverage, but boy, he's made a living underneath today, hasn't he?
He really has. He's done a good job. He's been afforded the time to look down the field, Tim, and then if he didn't like it, drop it off underneath. That time Palmer matched up against the safety. And look what Mike Glennon's done on 3rd down. 5 of 6 for those, resulting in first downs.
Well, he needs 6 here on 3rd down. Again, comfortable in the pocket, but overthrows Tobias Palmer, and Palmer had a step. Gene Robinson was chasing him, but a little bit more air under it, and he had it.
Well, Palmer's going to run the seam route. Number 4, just straight down the seam between the hash and the numbers. And that's one that Palmer didn't look like he came out running as hard as he needed to there. I think that Glennon expected him to step on the accelerator. Not sure if he was dragging a leg or not there, but it just didn't seem like he had the burst that you normally see out of Palmer.
Will Bowman, he gets his kick end over end. Not a very good kick, but he gets a Wolfpack bounce inside the 25 down to the 21-yard line is where it'll be marked. So a punt of 41 yards by Bowman.
Brent Renner has been pretty solid in the first half. He's been under a little bit more pressure than Glennon, but he's done a good job at distributing the football. Got some protection there from Giovani Bernard, and then the pressure that has forced him into a couple mistakes. This one almost resulted in a disaster, almost was a touchdown the other way. So when they have pressured him, Brent has almost thrown the football to the other team. He has thrown one mistake, and his one mistake has been in the other team's end zone. So took points off the board.
First down, Carolina. Renner, little screen. Bernard breaks a tackle, gets around to the 30, breaks another across the 40, up to midfield, gets a blocker, and he's into NC State territory. Big run by Bernard, pickup of 36 yards.
Gio's late getting up now after this screen. Reaching and grabbing the right ankle. You see the right hand wrapped around the right ankle there.
Boy, that's never good.
He missed 2 games earlier in the year with an injury.
ACC's leading rusher. Bernard is 5th nationally.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened to Gio. It's a great design now in the screen. Little 3-count screen. 1001, 1002, 1003. Lay it out to the back. Line out in front. Excellent block out in front. You see the big timer Jonathan Cooper with the block. And now Gio doing what he does, making people miss. See if Slay, Slay fell right on the back of his right leg. Watch 55. Brian Slay, and just falls on the back of that leg. Gio trying to walk it off right now as he heads towards the Tar Heel sideline.
Bernard with 7 catches today.
Now those are the kind that stiffen up, as you know, Tim, after the game. If he can just kind of keep moving around on it, he'd probably be okay for the game. But that's one that'll stiffen up on him later on. But just fell on the back of his leg here, just kind of trying to walk it off.
Usually when they put those guys on a bike to keep that blood flow, you're right. Keep the circulation going. First down and 10. The ball at the 43 for Renner and the Tar Heels. Play action. Renner throws outside, and that's complete to Tapley. Not a lot on the play. Pick up a 4.
I like that Blake Anderson came out and got an easy completion for Renner, got him going with the big play to Gio, and then the deep out throw was an excellent throw there, taking his receiver to the sideline.
Again, throws the out pattern. This is complete to Highsmith, and Highsmith down the sidelines for another first down.
Highsmith didn't like the fact that Bishop came over and laid a lick on him. He felt like he was out of bounds. Good job of blocking. Again, this is something that North Carolina State has done a good job with, but this one, Highsmith finds a little room, and you watch Bishop comes over and drops the shoulder on him a little bit, and then took the right hand across the cheek. Good job by the officials to understand no reason to throw a flag there. These two teams that are highly motivated to win a game.
This is the way the Tar Heels started the game, moving the football sideline to sideline, trying to wear out that NC State defense. Renner again throws on the post pattern. It's complete down inside the 10. Picked off right out of his hands. Flag is down. This is C.J. Wilson, and Wilson across the 35 to the 37-yard line. We'll have to see what the flag is. That was a reception and a pickpocket.
Yeah, he just took the football away from him. See if we can figure out what happened on the flag. Something on the return, certainly an illegal block or something on the return.
On the return, 75, White, a block in the back. It's a 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's T.Y. McGill.
Well, this is a good throw by Brent Renner now. He's going to throw the seam post and put your foot in the ground and drive the football. Quinshaw Davis makes the catch, and C.J. Wilson just steals the football from him. This is a good job by the freshman to catch the football in traffic, and then the veteran corner just steals it. 29 starts for this kid. He knows how to play, and boy, what a big play that was. Another play by NC State's defense, both by C.J. Wilson in the scoring zone against North Carolina.
Arch, officially that's ruled a 21-yard reception, then the fumble, and C.J. Wilson with the return. James Washington in the ball game. Looks for a crease, lets his eyes move his feet, and picks up 2.
It's good to see James Washington back, number 24. He was the guy that they really leaned on last year. A lot of injuries in the backfield. Mustafa Green and some of the guys that carried the ball for him a year ago. But James Washington has his own injuries this year, but he really did a good job catching and running the football last year for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, amen. Season-ending knee surgery in 2009. Had that ankle injury last year. Williams makes a big play here and a loss of 3.
Well, this is something that Sylvester Williams did a ton of a year ago, make plays in the backfield, and they need him to step up big. But he just splits the offensive line and just throws Washington on the ground, and now 3rd and long for Glennon.
Seems like Glennon's been in 3rd and long most of the afternoon. He needs 10. With time. Has it complete to Palmer. Palmer breaks a tackle to the 35-yard line, move the chains, and another big 3rd down conversion by Mike Glennon.
Well, a couple things happen here. Obviously, protection is first, but the big arm of Glennon to drive the football, and then watch right at the end, Palmer come and catch the football. The ball's thrown a little bit to the inside, but Tobias Palmer attacked the ball, went and got it, and really took it away from Scott, the corner.
Tim Scott just slid off of him. Glennon throws the out pattern. Was he in? Yes, sir. Quentin Payton kept his feet in bounds. It'll move it out to the 45. Gain of 10.
On the catch. Well, with Dion Guy dropping out, the defensive end. Let's look at Glennon take a shot at the back end of this. Big hit, but the quarterback shot it in there. Watch him throw it right over the top of the defensive end Guy and gets it in to Payton. Boy, number 8 is dialed in right now.
Left side goes Washington. Absolutely nothing there. Closed captioning for ACC football. Brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's bow time.
Had a good play by Sylvester Williams. Jabari Price back on the field. We saw him leave earlier, number 4. A little banged up. Good to see him back on the field. But Williams has made 2 plays here.
Glennon will play action. Throws outside again and another drop. This time by Peyton at 6 drops.
Well, there's nothing you can say about it. You've got a couple of drops. It seems like everybody's had their turn at dropping. This is Peyton's first drop. But just a well-thrown football. You got to get your head around if you're playing with Glennon, because it's coming.
And partner brings up another 3rd and long. They need 9.
This is right in Glennon's wheelhouse.
Time, the out pattern incomplete. It was intended for Underwood. Through the back shoulder, a little bit high.
Now Underwood now, based on where the corner's playing, it looks like he's kind of playing head up. So Glennon is expecting Underwood to come to him, work back to the quarterback. If the corner's in an inside technique, then he would expect him to offset it outside.
So Gio Gonzalez not back there. Roy Smith is there. Roy Smith is on the 10. And Gio Bernard still being worked on the sidelines. And no return for Roy Smith. A 45-yard punt. Pretty good hang time, 4.5 seconds. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 3-point game.
Today's telecast is being brought to you by CPI Security Systems, by Geico, by your local Toyota dealers, by Ruby Tuesday, and by PNC Bank.
During the timeout, they continue to work on Gio Bernard.
Yeah, retape the ankle, Tim. You can see the fresh tape job there. He's just trying to see if he can cut in and out, if he's got some mobility in the ankle to do the things that he likes to do. Looks like Romar Morris will take the first part of this series as Gio tries to work through some of the stiffness of the ankle injury sustained the last series.
First down and 10 at the 10-yard line. Renner with a little swing pass. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Morris had nowhere to run.
Good job by Dante Johnson. The corner out there does a good job of playing off the block of the receiver. This is a big part of what North Carolina wants to do is these screens, and they have not been able to block the NC State defenders on the perimeter.
Off the right side goes Morris. Picks up 5. Sterling Lucas was there first.
Haven't mentioned Ebron's name here in the second half. Big Eric Ebron was a big part of what North Carolina was able to do moving the football in the first half. Ebron right up here, the end of the line of scrimmage there, the big tight end.
3rd down, Carolina needs 5. And they flag it.
Yeah, Ebron moved early, big tight end.
So his name's been called now.
Offense, number 85. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Eric Ebron, unusual for him.
We talk how it started for North Carolina, did an outstanding job, but then NC State did a good job of adjusting, and they had a tough time moving the football after the first quarter.
Carolina just 3 for 9 on 3rd down conversions. They need 10 here. Down the middle and almost picked off. It was intended for Ebron, and Dowdy had it right in his hands and couldn't hold on.
Well, and he got his head around, Tim. So often as a quarterback, if you see a linebacker running with an inside defender, you'll try to throw it because the defender doesn't turn his head around. But that time, Dowdy got his head around right at the last moment and was able to knock the football away on the shot down the middle to Ebron.
So Tommy Hibbert comes on to punt it away. He'll be out of his own end zone, about 5 yards deep. Here's a look at Rashad Smith standing at the 48. And Rashard Smith will have to come up the field this, and he gets it at the 47. And great field position after a 37-yard punt. Mike Glennon and NC State will have it in Carolina territory. All right, Tom, thank you very much. What do you think, Arch? Do they jump into the top 25 with a win?
NC State wins this game, Tim. They're easily one of the best 25 teams in the country. There's a question about that. You got to really give them a ton of kudos for what they did, shutting out Florida State, who was ranked 3rd in the country on a Thursday night a couple weeks ago. They've got to get a big bump from that.
Best starting field position of the afternoon for NC State. So Glennon has it 1st down and 10. Throws the out pattern, has it complete. Not much there. Hegedus makes the completion for about 1 yard. That's it.
Actually, they beat him on a Saturday night, didn't they? It was 2 years ago they beat him on a Thursday night. Russell Wilson was playing quarterback.
How about the job Russell Wilson has done as a rookie in the NFL?
Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job. They got a big individual game. They get the Niners here tonight pretty quick.
2nd down and 9 for the Wolfpack. And Glennon looks for a flag and gets one. Palmer was tackled on the outside. They got all tangled up at the 30. Tommy Hefferman and Tobias Palmer both went down, along with Dion Guy was out there.
Pass interference. Defense number 24. That is a automatic 1st down.
That's Terry Shankle. National recording artist Little Big Town and Lee Bryce headline ACC Fan Fest presented by AT&T. Get your game tickets right now. Don't miss the free event held on Saturday, December 1st. As prior to the ACC Football Championship, visit accfootballcharlotte.com for tickets and a whole lot more information. Glennon again with all day and finally runs out of time and is sacked. That's the 3rd sack of the day. Glennon goes down in a hurry. So Thompson got there and took him down. Underwood applied the pressure.
Well, this is the first time they've gotten to him with a 4-man rush, though. Tim, we talked about them applying pressure with 6 men. This is the first time today they've been able to get there with a 4-man pressure, meaning 7 are in the back end, making him hold the football.
Glennon throws underneath and it's dropped again. That's 7 drops. And again, it's right in his hands. Creasy just couldn't hold on.
And Creasy is going to run a long way with this one. He's going to get inside the 10-yard line if he catches his football. Good protection again. He just runs a little delay route and comes over the middle. He's working against Heffernan, the linebacker. If he catches that, there's nobody until about the 10-yard line for North Carolina.
Tom O'Brien has to be fit to be tied watching his Wolfpack drop all these passes today.
Number 7 now for North Carolina on drops. NC State, I'm sorry.
3rd down and 14. Glennon backside pressure, throws into the corner, intercepted. That'll be a touchback and bring it out to the 20.
Trying to get it to the freshman Charlie Hegedus, and Charlie was walled off by Shankle. He does an excellent job defensively here. Shankle just going to get in the hip pocket, and Hegedus runs out of room, and now you got to become a defender. And he just could not get back to the football. And a good play by Shankle to wall off the wide receiver and make a play. And that was something North Carolina needed desperately. They needed to play on defense, and they got it.
Boy, you can't use that sideline any better than he did there and made the pick. Terry Shankle, who missed some time, is back and making his impact here in this ball game. 1st down and 10 for the Tar Heels. Swing pass. Out across the 25 goes Morris. Gain of 7. Let's go downstairs to Mike. What do you have, Mike?
It's TJ Yates, who used to be the quarterback here in North Carolina, now with the Houston Texans in the NFL. Got an off weekend. I know you're proud of what Brent Renner, he considers you kind of his mentor and what he has done.
Absolutely. Me and Brent have a great relationship. We lived together for a while I was here. And he's a great kid with a lot of talent, so much intensity in his game. I'm excited to see where he can take his team.
Yeah, you played in a number of these State Carolina games. You lost a couple of them, but this is all of them.
All of them.
This is special, isn't it?
Oh yeah. There's nothing like it. The State fans, they come over here. They always travel real well. Always a great atmosphere. I unfortunately never got the best of them while I was playing, but hopefully these guys can do it today.
All right, good luck to you and the Texans.
Thank you very much.
TJ Yates, Tim, he was a great one here.
He sure was, Mike. Thanks. Third down. And the Tar Heels have missed the last 2 opportunities on third. They only need a yard here.
Carolina burns a timeout, Tim, to talk this one over. It's a big play for him.
Good to see Giovani Bernard back in the ball game.
Yeah, good to see TJ Yates here. I mean, he's a great player here in North Carolina. There are a lot of them, and Carolina's in a battle today with the Wolfpack.
Back after this word from your local stations. Got a 3-point game, and Carolina's faced with a 3rd down and 1 here at Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill. This game has been spectacular since the very beginning. 28-25, NC State leads. See if Bryn Renner can get something going here. He needs a 1st down.
Got Giovani Bernard back at tailback now as he checks back in after the ankle.
Here he is. And he's not going to make it to the 1st down marker. Giovani Bernard was hit immediately. Teal got there first.
Yeah, it looked like Thomas Teal blew it up. Big defensive tackle. Teal sitting right in here, going to knife to the inside and blow the play up. Boy, what a nice job of Teal pinching to the inside. They looks like they may have slanted their line that way, and Thomas Teal, the sophomore, with a huge play.
Rashard Smith is standing back at the 31-yard line. This is a nicely angled punt that'll take a big Carolina bounce down inside the 12. A 60-yard punt by Tommy Hibbert.
Let's look at some of the problems that the Wolfpack have had catching the football. Underwood dropped a couple. And the thing I want you to watch about all these is they're all with guys on the move. There were going to be yards after the catch. That one led to an interception. This would have put him inside the 10-yard line. Creasy dropped the football. So it's the drop passes, but then it's the yards after catch. It's cost NC State and probably another 60 or 70 yards of offense they don't have, and maybe a couple scoring opportunities.
Yeah, that's a great point, Arch. There's no question about it. Now NC State has its worst field position to start a drive. Backed up on the 11. Creasy sidesteps one, bangs his way out, picks up a couple of tough yards. They'll give him 3. Coming up next Saturday, UVA and NC State down in Raleigh. That's where Dave and I will be, and at Georgia Tech and Maryland up in College Park. Mike Hogwood will be there along with Riley Skinner. ACC coverage at its best as we move down through the ACC season. Second down and 7. Creasy again. Still on his feet, has the 1st down out to the 25-yard line, and so Creasy with a terrific run, good balance.
You know, we haven't talked much about NC State's running game. They just haven't done it very much. It's been more about Mike Glennon. But how about the offensive line here, getting a hat on a hat, and watch the little cut right there, just inside of Tim Scott. Puts the foot on the, or puts the hand on the ground, and that little adjustment got him a 1st down. So Dana Bible, the offensive coordinator for NC State, working in the run game, move the clock a little bit. They lead by 3.
Pickup of 12 gives them 1st down and 10 at the 26. Glennon has a man wide open. It's complete. This is Payton. And Payton has a 1st down. He's across the 40 to the 42-yard line, a gain of 16.
Now, this is the reason they don't want to play man coverage. They want to play zone, make Glennon throw the ball underneath, because man coverage, they just don't seem to match up with NC State's outside guys.
Wolfpack picking up the pace a little bit. Glennon underneath. This is Smith. Boy, he's in a rhythm, Arch.
Yeah, and he's just seeing stuff so well, Tim. And when he sees that they're dropping back in the zone, he's very quick to get the ball underneath to Smith, to Palmer, to Creasy, to the tight ends. He's just doing a good job of spreading the football out. He's really seeing coverage extremely well. And North Carolina's caught in a quandary. Do they come after him and play man, or do they drop off and play zone?
Tries to go over the top, and there's nobody home there.
That's the one that really gets you as a quarterback. Hey, quit running.
Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't look like he ran that thing out all the way.
And these guys have to understand that this quarterback's going to put you up the bat. And you got to continue to run. Quentin Payton's had some good plays today, but that was not one of them. He almost cost his quarterback an interception.
Ebron comes in on defense. 3rd down and 5. Glennon throws. This is complete. That's a 1st down. Watson.
Again, you get man coverage. North Carolina decides to come with pressure, and they can't get to Glennon. So now Asa Watson is matched up one-on-one on Glenn Robinson. And Robinson's just going to fall down. Watson gets rid of him, sheds him, finds the football. Good catch there. We talked about the balls have been dropped. That was a good catch on the back shoulder by Watson.
NC State with a lot of yaks today. Yards after contact. But there's nothing there for this one. Pick up a 1 by Tony Creasy, if that.
We saw that stat we threw up there. Maybe we can get back to that stat that we threw up. They've had 21 plays of 0 yards. But it's been the big plays, 8 big plays, have kind of really broken the back of North Carolina's defense.
Second down and 9. Glennon again goes to a safety valve. Creasy spins his way across the 30 down to the 29. Maury Price will make the tackle there. Gain of 7.
You got to love the feel that Creasy and the backs for NC State have as Washington checks into the backfield. They have a real understanding of finding a little dead area to check down and give Glennon the outlet. They've been a big part of the passing game today.
3rd down and 2. This is Washington. Washington with a big sidestep and up the middle to the 15-yard line.
This is a good run by Washington. This is the same play that we saw Creasy make the run earlier in the drive when they were backed up. But North Carolina had 7 in the box, and NC State still knocked them off the ball, and Washington with the 1st down run on 3rd down.
Talked about the injuries he's had. The ankle injury this year. Can't help the club in the tub, but he's out there today making some big plays. Hey fans, CPI Security is giving away 4 tickets to the Dr. Pepper ACC Football Championship game. To enter, visit cpisecurity.com/ACC. The big question is now, which ACC teams will be there?
Well, you got the division leader. It's been a big success in Charlotte, but the division leaders playing each other in Tallahassee as the Seminoles take on the Duke Blue Devils.
Boy, did Clemson look good the other night, huh?
Yeah, they looked every bit the part of a team that deserves to be in a championship game, but they've gotten a loss on by Florida State.
This penalty's against NC State, so they'll move them back. 11th play of the drive coming up.
I like the ball in Glennon's hand here. I think that they've run the ball with some success, but here in 2nd and long, you trust Glennon because he's done a good job. You expect zone coverage here, so you might have the drop off.
Glennon's hit 10 different receivers today. Nothing there at all for Washington. He'll lose yardage.
And Sean Underwood just exploded into the backfield here. This is very similar to what we saw Sly Williams do earlier. They're starting to guess a little bit, trying to jump in the gaps, and Underwood does a good job of blowing the run game up there. And now Glennon faced with what he's been faced with all day long. And 3rd and long as this crowd here at Kenan Stadium tries to answer.
Glennon on 3rd and 16. He's not going to get it. Washington was taken down immediately.
And
Schenkel again with another big play.
I hate this hit. This is, Washington is exposed. He's trying to look back for the football, and the defender comes in and chops his legs out from underneath him. I hate this hit. I think this is something they need to look at in football. And obviously it's a clean play. Don't get me wrong, it's a clean play. But this is one, you talk about the horse collar tackle, this is damaging as the horse collar tackle is. Watch Washington look back for the football. He's got no chance to defend himself, and the defender comes in and chops his legs out from underneath him. It's just a damaging. I see it at the pro level. I see it at the college level. It's just it's a hit you'd like to see get out of the game.
The problem is at the pro level, certainly, without the helmet to helmet now, is the target where you can tackle is getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, and these guys don't want to hit up around the head. There's no question about that. It's just this is I've seen a number of players lose their knees on this hit, and we know James Washington has had some leg injuries in the past. Just hope that this isn't a severe one. It doesn't look very good for him.
Mike Hogwood will go over and get an update on him, but he's obviously in pain.
Nicholas Sadie on for North Carolina State to attempt a field goal.
So Nicholas Sadie comes on for the 38-yard field goal attempt. Strong leg. His longest field goal is 50 yards. This is from 38. Good snap, good hold. But it's wide right. And it stays a 3-point game.
Well, that's news because Slady made his last 5 kicks. Started 2 of 5, but he made his last 5. And that one slides right. That was a big kick.
Well, we talked about the leaders and we talked about how big this game is. As you look at the Belk standings, here's Florida State, the game you talked about, Arch, right at the top.
Well, NC State's got the game in hand against Florida State. And I mentioned Duke. Duke's sitting there. They get Florida State this week. They got Clemson coming up next week. So their destiny's in their own hands as well.
Renner drops to throw, throws over the middle, and it's overthrown. Looking at those standings, how about Duke bowl eligible for the first time since 1994?
Yeah, big win over North Carolina a week ago. And well, this was an opportunity here for Bryn Renner. Both safeties flat, and Amerson going one-on-one with the freshman Quinshaw Davis and was right in his hip pocket. So good coverage by David Amerson.
What a backpedal by Amerson. Big time. Incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, this is a jailbreak screen trying to set something up for Tapley, and this is a kid that returned a kick for a touchdown. So essentially what they're trying to do here is just set up a punt return scenario, but a poor throw by Renner, and now it's 3rd and long, and now Mike Archer will dial up some of that diabolical stuff they do defensively.
Carolina just 3 for 11 on 3rd down conversions. They need 10 here. Renner looks to the sideline. Play clock down to 4. Renner throws underneath, incomplete. Wouldn't have enough for the first down, but you get it in his hands, and as you said, Arch creates space for Bernard. They had a chance, but that wasn't well thrown.
Just played zone, and a really good job again by Dowdy, the linebacker, to find Eric Ebron over the middle, really walled him off, and that's where Renner wanted to go, and his check down was Bernard. He was too wide with the throw.
So Tommy Hibbert, whose last punt was 60 yards, comes on to punt it away again. He has the wind at his back as Sandy moves in on the coast. Rashard Smith is standing back at the 37-yard line. This is a knuckleball that hits at the 49 and gets a Carolina roll to about the 45. So a 34-yard punt. It's been an up and down stock market type day for Tommy Hibbert. Well, nothing gets you closer to the must-see moments of the day than the ACC Digital Network. If you missed it or you want to see it again, we've got it covered for you. And Saturday mornings, catch ACC Kickoff live at 11 a.m. The ACC Digital Network brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. Go to youtube.com/ACC Digital Network.
After all the scoring, Tim, that we saw in the first half, this has kind of settled into a field position game here, and NC State's winning.
And there's definitely concern by the Tar Heels, and this is why. Underwood wide open, touchdown, NC State. "55 yards. There was concern before the pass, and now there's quiet by the crowd here at North Carolina.
Well, like the play call by Dana Bible, he's been aggressive all day long. He gets short field opportunity after short punt. Take a shot. And he did.
The extra point is good. And how about the turnaround in this game? It was 15-0 North Carolina.
All right, here you go. Here's Tobias Palmer right here. He's just going to run the post. I don't know what Trey Boston is peeking in the backfield for. He's helping the corner on this play. They're playing quarter coverage. He's got to take the deep post route, and he runs right by him. And that's the second time we've seen a safety or a defender get beaten over the top when they had help. And I'm sorry, I said Tobias Palmer. Brian Underwood makes the touchdown catch.
His second of the day. Let's listen to Gary Hahn on the NC State Network.
Back at its own 45. Glennon back to throw on first down. He's going to float it over the middle to Underwood. Caught, 10-yard line, wide open, 5. Touchdown State. Touchdown Wolfpack. Underwood.
And Mike Glennon, 459 passing yards today. A career high, 5 touchdowns. Incredible afternoon for Mike Glennon.
Underwood with just a lean to the outside. Maybe it took Boston took his eyes off him, a little double move, but still no reason to hold and stay short if you're the safety there.
Tapley will watch this hit and run out of the back of the end zone. Let's go back to the studio to Tom.
Thanks, Tim. Hardy's update here. Caleb Rowe from Maryland against Boston College with a 2-yard TD pass to Nigel King. Gets him on the board, but Boston College has the lead, 13-7 in Chestnut Hill. Back to Tim.
All right, Tom, thanks. That's Maryland's freshman, Caleb Rowe. They took the red shirt off of him last week. C.J. Brown, Perry Hills, and Burns. All 3 of those quarterbacks are out for the year with injuries. Caleb Rowe now takes over their 4th quarterback of the year.
Coach Spaz's team playing spirited.
This is Bernard. Gets to the outside. Crowd wants a late hit. No flags.
It's a good play by Art Norman, the defensive end there. Does a good job. Dowdy comes in late. You see Norman, 95, gets him out of bounds. And Dowdy, yeah, they could have. Dowdy looked like he stumbled a little bit. Maybe that was the reason they didn't make the call, but he certainly hit him on the white.
Crowd just saw it on the big screen and let out another yell. Brent Renner goes down, sacked. His first sack of the day. Back to the 19.
Big Art Norman talked about him. He's their sack guy, and he's going to come off the edge right here. Just going to apply the pressure and really collapse the pocket. Just pushes the pocket in. Actually being double teamed right there. Split the double team to get to the quarterback.
So Norman's second sack of the year. The end of the quarter. A 10-point game. Right now, NC State's got the momentum. Can Brent Renner bring them back here in Chapel Hill? We'll be back with the final 15 after this. North Carolina had outscored its opponents 89-16 in the 3rd quarter. But if you look here, a goose egg, and they trailed by 10. 3rd down and 15. Carolina was 3 for its first 6 on 3rd down. They've been 0-6 since the 1st quarter. Over the middle, almost picked off, intended for Tapley.
Well, it's just a deep zone, Tim, and Amerson keeps leverage on Tapley and watches the ball thrown, and he breaks and knocks the football away. So good play by Amerson. Let's go to Mike Hogwood.
Tim, well, that's bad news for NC State. James Washington is done. He's lying on a table on a bench. He's in a lot of pain. I tell you, I've been doing this a long time. I never get used to that sight. It's just tough for that young man who'd worked so hard to get back.
No question about it, Mike. He has had his problems with the knee, the ankles, and he worked to get back, and now there he is. I agree with you. High snap. Still get the punt off. Very few of these have been returnable. This gets another good roll down to the 37-yard line, so it's a 43-yard punt. Our 3rd quarter stats are brought to you by the North Carolina Lottery. This year, the North Carolina Education Lottery will provide more than $73 million to students to help pay for college. You can learn more at nc-educationlottery.org.
Well, you see the numbers, a lot of yards, a lot of big plays. Right here's the number that I think really tells the tale. NC State's been able to stay on the field on third down. North Carolina has not. That's been the mode that NC State's played all year long. Their defense has been great on third down, and they've been great on third down again today.
A lot of passing by NC State. You would think now they want to shorten this game, melt the clock a little bit. Here's Palmer. Palmer's going to break 2 tackles and get near the line of scrimmage. He'll still lose a yard. Tim Scott finally took him down.
Yeah, lucky that was just a -1. Really pretty good run just to lose a yard. North Carolina was all over that play. To see how aggressive North Carolina gets now defensively, trying to get after Glennon. He's been afforded a lot of time to throw it, and they have not been willing to blitz.
2nd down and 11. It's complete. And so his tight end picks up 8. Mario Carter just went and hooked.
Yeah,
the ball was waiting for him.
It's just a zone control play, Tim, where he's going to take whatever they're giving him. They're playing the deep zone. He'll drop it off, and he's very happy to be 3rd and 4 here.
3rd and 4 is manageable. Glennon with pressure now throws it away.
Came with blitz. Reddick was in around the quarterback. They did a good job of getting to Glennon and forced a quicker throw. See a lot of players around the line of scrimmage. Here comes the blitz, more than they can block, and now Glennon has to throw the football away and play the field position. Good job, Coach Dish. Called that defense. He likes the result, and that's what you got to do. You got to win on third down. Just talked about those numbers at the end of the 3rd quarter.
So the defense makes a stop, and now the offense will get it back. Roy Smith is standing at his own 12-yard line. This is a short punt, and he fair catches it out at the 26-yard line. So a 32-yard punt. Not much hang time. Larry Fedora, big-time, up-tempo coach. We'll see what he has when we come back.
ACC football is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, by Ruby Tuesday, by Geico, and by AT&T.
Some of the history here at this great school in North Carolina. They've had some great players play in this program. Great fans. But they trail by 10 here, Arch.
Yeah, the play's pretty even. North Carolina State's had the advantage in time, possession, and yards, but it's been pretty close.
1st down and 10. Tar Heels at the 26. They give straight ahead. This is Bernard with a big gainer. Bernard has a 1st down out to the 39-yard line. Giovani Bernard with 12 yards.
Well, they had a tough time getting Gio going, certainly here in the 2nd half. Big play there.
They do it again. Bernard around the right side. Picks up 8.
Now more than enough time for North Carolina, especially the way as fast as they play, to keep the run game a part of what they're doing. They're down 2 scores, yes, but still the bulk of the 4th quarter to play.
Renner with backside pressure throws it over the top, and it's going to be pass interference. Looked like Bishop was climbing his back.
Yeah, no argument for Brendan Bishop. He realized that was a tough matchup. They came with blitz. It was man across the board, and he had Eric Ebron, which is nobody wants that matchup.
Pass interference. 30 on the defense. That's a spot foul. Automatic. 1st down.
Ron Cherry with the call. Hey, check out the new team pages section of the ACC.com. It's brought to you by Toyota. You'll find exclusive video and features on your favorite team from the ACC Digital Network. Access anytime, anywhere. 1st down, Carolina. Clock now becomes a factor. They need 10. They pick up 8.
Good read by Tab to hook up in the zone between the corner and the linebacker, and Renner on the same page, got him the ball quickly, and you get a nice first down pickup. Jonathan Cooper slow to get up now.
He tried to go. As a matter of fact, at the end of the play, he scrambled back to the line of scrimmage and then fell again. While we have time, let's go back to the studio. Here's Tom.
Tim, here's a Hardee's update. Late in the third quarter, Maryland with a chance deep in BC territory. Caleb Rose cannot connect with Wes Brown. Settle for a field goal. 13-10 BC into the fourth.
And back here at Kenan Stadium, we're watching Jonathan Rowe, the big old 6'3", 295-pounder from Wilmington, North Carolina. Jonathan Cooper, rather.
And he pulled his left shoe off, so something in the lower leg area. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the best offensive lineman I've seen all year long. I think he's the best interior offensive lineman in the country.
I thought it was interesting yesterday talking to the coaches. They said some scouts had him as the #1 athlete, #1 player in the draft.
I saw film of him last week where he was blocking for Giovani Bernard 40 yards down the field.
Bryn Renner, play action. Now throws to the outside. This is Bernard. Bernard with a big gainer down to the 20 and bulls his way down to the 18. Finally wrestled down by Brandon Bishop after a gain of 19.
We're seeing Glennon do this a lot, drop it off to the back, and a good job of Renner seeing coverage, and nobody had Bernard in the left flat. And a lot of running room for the redshirt sophomore.
Just over 12 minutes to play. Bryn Renner pumps, now runs by himself, and he is tattooed at the 17. Let's go downstairs to Mike.
Well, they've already lost one offensive lineman in Brennan Williams. He's number 73. But you say, hey, wait a minute. There's a 73 out on the field. That's James Hurst, who's wearing Brennan Williams' jersey in honor of him today. Williams is a senior, and they want to let him know he's not forgotten. So there is a 73 on that offensive line.
All right, Mike, 2nd down and 9 here. They give the little draw play, and Bernard breaks the tackle and scrambles down inside the 15.
Jonathan Cooper, who had left the game a play or two ago, checks back in at left guard. But how about Giovani Bernard? Here I am, no I'm not. How about he makes some people miss? There's no place to go here, and finally finds a crease and gets a positive gain on 2nd down. Now 3rd and medium for Renner.
A.J. Blue comes into the ball game. 3rd down and 6. Renner with time, throws the swing pass, big gainer. 1st down, and Blue has the ball all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Tim, this is all just dropping the ball off to the back. These are check down or flare control throws. He's looking down the field. It was Giovani Bernard to play before, and this time it's A.J. Blue in the right flat wide open.
That big old defensive line of NC State right now is winded. But they make the stop here inside the 5. Cato, Bishop, and Teal, Dowdy filled.
Remember, they got Ebron to the corner on the other end of the field, and it resulted in an interception. Had him open, just didn't get him the ball. See if they think about getting him the football as they got an NC State player down on the field.
It's Cato Bishop. Boy, Cato Bishop has started at defensive end. He started at tackle. He's a leader. Was forced into the lineup maybe a little bit early last year because of injuries, but he grew up fast. While he's down, Ruby Tuesdays takes us around the ACC to check in on conference action this weekend. There's Clemson's win the other night over Wake Forest. Maryland trailing Boston College late. Brigham Young and Georgia Tech tied 1st quarter in that game. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 10-point game, 10:39 to play. Carolina, though, is in the red zone, inside the 5, and charging hard. Giovani Bernard really strong in this drive, but he's out. A.J. Blue comes into the game. Second down and goal at the 4. Bryn Renner throws complete. Touchdown, North Carolina. Sean Tapley with a touchdown, and here come the Tar Heels.
Decided to play zero coverage in the back end. Nice play by Tapley. Safety blitz in the back end. Tapley going to come, run a little delay route to the outside. He's isolated on the safety Wolf. Good recognition by Renner. Good pickup by Blue on the safety blitz. Give his quarterback time to get the ball to Tapley for the touchdown. And we got a one-score game, boys.
Carolina's first score since 1:24 of the first quarter. It's been a long drought, but Tapley brings them home on the pass from Renner. 10:23 to play. 35-32 NC State. One of the all-time great ACC rivalries.
Hardy's update. Tom Wormy, Tommy Bowden in the studio, and it's Florida State striking first against Duke.
Well covered, but just too much speed for Florida State. E.J. Manuel puts it perfectly in stride.
Rashad Green, 71 yards on the play, 7-0 FSU. Back to Tim.
Carolina crowd is back in it. The Tar Heels have scored here in the fourth quarter, their first score since the first quarter. It's 35-32 NC State, and the Wolfpack about to get the ball back. This is Tobias Palmer at the 8. Takes it on the run, looks for a block, and Palmer's all the way out to the 33-yard line. A return of 25 yards. Our edge of the game is brought to you by Principal Financial Group. Total yards in this game are over 1,000 combined.
Yeah, the two teams have done a good job moving the football, putting the ball in the end zone, and that's why we have a classic 35-32 with 10:18 to go.
Glennon brings him up. Peyton, Watson. Split wide. Straight ahead they go. A lot of yardage there for Creasy. Deion Guy made the tackle after a pickup of 5.
Well, I don't think you say enough about the way NC State's offensive line has played. They've given Glennon a ton of time, and when they've needed to, they've been able to crease this defense with the run game. And that one right there where Creasy got 5, and now you're second and medium. The game still has to stay in Glennon's hands as they've gone to a wildcat look here with Glennon down at the bottom.
Straight ahead. Close to a first down goes Tony Creasy. He'll be marked just past the marker. That's a pickup of 6. Move the chains.
How about Dana Bible saving that to right now? You've not seen it the whole game. Here's Glennon down at the bottom. Little fake to Palmer. Creasy hits it straight ahead. It's a nice job. I think Dana Bible has had a really good day calling plays today against North Carolina's defense.
Tony Creasy, one of the top prospects in the state of North Carolina. He has high hopes here for NC State. Wants to make it 6 in a row over North Carolina. Movement, this looks like it'll be against North Carolina. They'll move them back, or NC State rather.
False start, 79 offense. That's a 5-yard penalty.
R.J. Mattis moved, and so
we talked about those pre-snap penalties that have plagued NC State this year, and here's another one. And I know Tom O'Brien just cringes every time that happens. It's hard enough to get yardage in these hard-fought games, but to give 5 back.
Brings up 1st and 15 for the Wolfpack. Look out, Glennon's in trouble and goes down at the 35-yard line. 4th sack of the afternoon for the Tar Heels.
Well, Reddick is the guy that they usually get a big play from when they need one. Reddick, the middle backer, leads his team in tackles. Here he is right here. He's going to shoot through and beat the block of the back. Watch him defeat the block of the back and then get to Glennon and put him on the ground. So they forced a 2nd and long here. But a nice play by Kevin Reddick when they needed it.
His 5th sack of the year. 2nd down and 19. The momentum now belongs to North Carolina. Can Glennon get it back? No.
Reddick again.
And incomplete again.
Reddick and Hughes come on the pressure. They had a screen dialed up, but the The pressure was too quick to set up the 3 count. They wanted a 3 count screen to Creasy, but here comes Hughes and Reddick, and he couldn't wait on Creasy to get in position.
NC State 7 of 15 on 3rd down conversions. They need 19 here. Incomplete. Carolina holds them.
Nice job by the guys up front. Eric Ebron, we talked about playing both ways. He was part of the pressure there, number 85, the tight end who we talked about catching a number of balls. That time was part of the pressure package and was able to get around the quarterback. So nice job by North Carolina's defense to have a really big sequence when they needed it.
It looked like Creasy stumbled at the end of that play. High snap, good punt. This is a high spiraling punt that'll take Smith all the way back to the 13. And a return to the 21. So a 52-yard punt, good hang time, a return of just 8 yards. "102nd meeting between State and Carolina, 35-32. We've got a word from our local stations, and then we'll bring you back for the finish. You are watching the ACC Network, an exclusive production of Raycom Sports. I don't know what they paid for a ticket, but they're getting their money's worth this afternoon. 35-32. Carolina now trailing, but with the ball with 7:55 to play in the 4th quarter. This is Bernard. Gets a block, turns it up inside, spins his way across the 30. Giovani Bernard. A gain of 11.
Now Gio continues to work hard and try to provide his team an opportunity to win the football game. But a good job there by that left side. You talk about offensive lines. It's Hurst and Cooper on that left side. Tab the tight end, doing a good job of blocking.
Renner again throws to the outside. Not much there. Tab picked up 3 yards. Brandon Bishop made the tackle. Now, if you're looking ahead to a field goal, Carolina will be kicking into a steady wind.
Here's the guy right here, Ebron. That's the matchup problem.
Bryn Renner on 2nd down, throws it underneath, incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Intended for Bernard.
One where Bren let his feet go dead a little bit and he threw the ball behind Giovani Bernard, and so a huge 3rd down here with 7:05 left.
Casey Barth's longest field goal, 48 yards. He'll have to get closer than that here this afternoon with the wind the way it's kicking up.
This is usually a pressure down for NC State.
They need 7. Renner chased out of the pocket, now throws across his body, almost intercepted. Oh, C.J. Wilson again, and he thought he had the pick.
And it was the pressure that really spawned this situation. Watch the pressure get to Renner, shove him out of the pocket. Now he's late on the throw, and Wilson's breaking on it. And boy, Renner almost became a defensive player on that spot. You see Mike Archer react to his defense putting pressure on the quarterback. Nice sequence for NC State there.
Tommy Hibbert comes on to punt. This is an end-over-end punt that'll hit on about the 30-yard line and roll all the way down to the 26. A 38-yard punt.
Now, this has been a game of big plays, certainly for NC State. And you look at what Mike Glennon has been able to do. The deep throws, Hagedis on the touchdown, his first of his career, and then pushed out of the pocket. And he finds Tobias Palmer on an 83-yard bomb on another big play. And here, Underwood, the double move over the top on the post. Glennon in the big arm, and his receivers making plays down the field. That's what NC State's been about today.
And you made the point earlier, Arch. He's had a lot of passes dropped. Instead of the 5 touchdown passes, he could have had 6 or 7. Left side goes Thornton. Thornton carries tacklers across the 30. Gain of 5.
Well, you look at the NC State big plays and look at them. Normally you count anything over 15 yards a big play. Those are explosion plays. 5 touchdown passes for Glennon today, and he's been phenomenal. Really, they've had the running game has just been a mix-in. It's been about Mike Glennon making monster plays down the field.
Most of NC State's success has come through the air. Glennon now trying to shorten the game, melt the clock. 2nd down and 6. Not much there, but breaks the tackle, goes Thornton out to the 34-yard line. Gain of 3. Tackle made by the safety, Trey Boston. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
Larry Fedora imploring his defensive line, his front 7, to step up. Underwood trying to get the crowd to get into it here. Obviously a huge situation here. Short 2 yards, almost a full 2 for NC State on 3rd down.
The Wolfpack has missed its last 3 3rd down conversion attempts. He's got it. Thornton stumbled his way across. Dion Guy made the tackle, but they'll move the chains. 1st down, NC State, clock at 5:22.
Give that right side of the offensive line, Chandler, Kristoff, guys, they can cut it off to where Thornton and Creasy can cut back, because front side, they're getting a lot of penetration, is North Carolina, but it's NC State's backs cutting it back and finding a little crease in there to get enough for the 1st down.
Here at Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill, NC State leads North Carolina 35-32. Carolina scored 15 unanswered in the first 4 minutes of this game. But Glennon, with 5 touchdown passes here in this game, has brought the Wolfpack back 35-32 as we go under 5 minutes to play. That pass was intended for Carter.
Little shot there. Dana Bible, you wonder, well, why would you run? Why would you throw it and you run? He saw North Carolina creeping up and thought maybe they could slip their tight end in behind, expecting run. He took a shot right there. Glennon did a good job. He did what his coach expected him to do. If it wasn't there, throw the football away and reload.
Second down and 10. Glennon throws incomplete. That pass didn't look good from the get-go. It was intended for Brian Underwood, but Glennon knows it was underthrown.
Well, I think at Underwood, it's an out route, so he has to err to the sideline, Tim, and it looked like Underwood struggled a little bit to get out of the break. It was a speed out. He throws it on the safe side, which is towards the sideline. Underwood just couldn't track it down.
Tar Heels have an injured player, and it looks like Ebron.
It's like cramps potentially for the NC defender.
No, that's not Ebron. That's Shankle.
Thanks to Emma Hardy's update. Maryland at Boston College. And for the Terps, it's the freshman connection, Coach.
Got Caleb Rowe to Sheldon Diggs. 66 TD yard reception. Puts Maryland on top 17-13.
Look at Stephon Diggs go. 17-13. Maryland just got the ball back on a BC fumble. It is late in the 4th, and they lead by 4. Let's go back to Tim.
Talk about a freshman performer. Oh man.
He's been as good as there's been all year long, not just in the ACC, but in the country. He's been phenomenal.
Here in Carolina.
Brent Renner trying to stay warm on the sideline, knowing that 3rd and 10, he's going to potentially get the ball back here.
NC State was hoping they could really get some time off this clock, but they've been unable to do it.
North Carolina's success now getting after the passer has been to bring more than just 4. But that means you're a little vulnerable in man coverage. Here comes the pressure.
3rd down and 10, over the top and overthrown. Brian Underwood had gotten behind the defenders, but Glennon again had pressure and had to unleash it.
Now, I'm not sure why Underwood spins here, but here comes the pressure. This is what North Carolina's gone to in the second half to try to speed up the time clock for Glennon. But here Underwood runs by. Now keep running. Not sure why he spun around. It's just an adjustment to the outside, but the young receiver decided not to do that, tried to spin around, stopped all his momentum.
Bauman's punt will be taken at the 21-yard line. They'll mark it at the 22. Roy Smith with a fair catch. 39-yard punt. So the Tar Heels have it back with plenty of time left in this game. 4.5 minutes to go. PNC Bank presents our hardest working player. How about this guy, Arch?
Well, he's certainly the bell cow, is he not? And we talk about him running, but it's been his receiving today. He's got a career high in receiving yards as he closes in on 100 yards receiving the football today.
And he throws that one away. Good pressure by NC State. They brought the blitz.
Yeah. Had the screen set up there. Dante Johnson was there. There's the 100 yards. Doesn't have 100 yards rushing, but if you combine the receiving yards in, he's closing in on about 185, 190 yards in total offense today.
He went from the ACL rehab in 2010 to be the first Tar Heel in 14 years to rush for 1,000 yards, and he's on target to get there again. Here he is, all the way out to the 40-yard line. Giovani Bernard with a huge run.
It's the delay handoff, the draw play, and Gio finds a crease right through the middle.
Gain of 17. Here he is again. Look out. Broke a tackle. Still on his feet. All the way down inside the 25. He'll mark it at the 23-yard line. Giovani Bernard.
This all working on a bum ankle. Remember, tackled high and had his ankle rolled up early in the second half. Got it retaped, and he's back out on the field. Watch him run through tackles now. It's about broken tackles. 2 and a third tackle, and a huge run by Gio.
38-yard gain.
NC State showing blitz. Renner changes his protection.
But now you don't want to hurry up. 3:42, 41:40, plenty of time. You don't want to give too much time back to Mike Glennon. This is Blue. And the Juice carries it down inside the 20, pick up a 5. A.J. Blue. Casey Barth, number 11.
Well, he's the guy that ultimately is your stopgap. They want to score a touchdown here and win the football game.
Well, they're within his range. His longest is 48. They're there. Here's the slant. Down to the 15. The 13 goes Ebron.
Safety Bishop playing off. Again, they were coming with pressure. Bishop playing at depth. Good quick throw by Renner to get Ebron the football, and you're inside the 10-yard line.
Gain of 11. They mark it at the 7.
Bishop creeping up right here, thinking about blitz.
Under 3 minutes to play. Giovani Bernard. Gain of 1.
Good play, Art Norman, the defensive end, falls back inside and gets Giovani Bernard on that delay to the inside the zone replay. They've been creased a couple times in this series on that play. Nice play by Norman.
NC State's defensive philosophy has been moving the front, stem, stunt, twist, stay on the move, but they haven't done that in the second half. A lot of guys winded. Renner, incomplete. Dangerous pass in the middle to Ebron. Should have had it, but then once it was touched, it was up for grabs.
It's a perfect call too, Tim. It's a jailbreak screen. They play man coverage, and there's nobody inside. They've got everybody blocked. All Ebron has to do is catch the football, and he walks into the end zone. It's a great call by Blake Anderson.
And it brings up a 3rd down and 7.
They have not covered the back out of the backfield the last couple series.
Bryn Renner. Here comes the blitz. He's sacked. Second sack of the day. Cato Bishop came free from the outside.
And that forces Larry Fedora's hand. He's got to bring Casey Barth in to try to tie this football game. But a big play on 3rd down inside the 10 by NC State's pass rush.
Now this will be from the 39-yard line. Correction, 34-yard line. Or a 34-yard attempt, anyway. And it's good. And we're tied. So the 34-yard field goal by Casey Barth ties it at 35.
What a good job by North Carolina to come back with the time they had left to get down and tie the football game. And now if you've been watching NC State play, this might be the last guy, if you're a North Carolina fan, you'd like to see on the field with the football, Mike Glennon. He's woven some magic in late in football games, and certainly has done that the last couple of weeks.
Well, the 5-game winning streak by NC State has included some thrilling finishes. Take you back to 2007. Bill Eugene ran for 3 touchdowns, including the go-ahead 1-yarder with just under 2 minutes left to help the Wolfpack to a 4-point win. 2 years later, Alan Michael Cash was the star of the day. Blocked a field goal attempt with about 5 minutes left. A 1-point NC State win. The next year, Owen Spencer caught a tip ball in the end zone for a touchdown on 4th down, and T.J. Graham returned a punt 87 yards for another score to help the men from Raleigh rally past the Heels 29-25. Right now, with 1:24 left, we're tied at 35. And so the Wolfpack will bring it out to the 20. And we'll watch Mike Glennon go to work.
That was a good job by Palmer. It might be a little thing, but Tobias Palmer decided to take a knee there. Ball comes out to the 25 now, and instead of running some time off, he might not have gotten back to the 20. Just a small thing, but a good play there by Palmer.
Our peak performer of the game, Mike Glennon. Look at those numbers.
And he's not done yet.
But keep this in mind. Mike Glennon has missed his last 6 passes.
Well, it's been the pressure of North Carolina. Are they willing to blitz to get after him?
Pressure again, and he's sacked. He's gone down 5 times this afternoon. Kevin Reddick gets another one.
Well, Larry Fedora has got to begin to consider maybe a timeout of his own. We'll see what his defense does here. Obviously, NC State not in any hurry, so they're letting the clock run. I would think that if North Carolina gets some kind of stop here, you'll see Larry Fedora burn a timeout. There's Glennon's numbers in the 4th quarter. He's been outstanding, but he's up against it here.
A lot of time going off that clock. This is Creasy. Pick up of 4, and they let the clock roll, and now they stop it with 35 seconds.
I thought Larry might burn a timeout right there, knowing it's 3rd and long. You don't really want to give Glennon another chance, but they've got an opportunity for the field to be short here for themselves if they get it back.
So 35 seconds remain in a 35-35 game.
Well, when you look back to what Glennon has been in games in the past, how about this one just a short time ago? Number 3, Florida State. 3 4th down conversions and the touchdown throw to Underwood to seal it. Unbelievable job by Glennon and Tom O'Brien's team. I'm not sure that they take a shot right here.
I'm not sure that they do either. As a matter of fact, it almost looked like he was playing to run the clock out to get into overtime. What a great scene at Kenan Stadium this afternoon. In the shadow of the walls, the bell and the well. Here we are between the pines, and it's everything we expected this afternoon. Another run and another timeout. Stops the clock at 30 seconds.
We haven't seen a lot of great punting today. There have been a lot of short punts. It looks like Roy Smith will go out. I thought maybe they might consider sending Giovani Bernard out, but it'll be Roy Smith to take this punt for North Carolina.
So North Carolina uses its final timeout with 30 seconds left. And again,
here they are. They're going to switch it. Giovani Bernard comes on the field. I thought they might consider putting Gio on the field to return this punt as a punt return touchdown this year. He is explosive.
Again, Casey Barr's longest field goal is 48 yards. And there's a stiff wind out of the northeast right now at 16 miles an hour, which would be in his face.
Yeah, very important that he does not try to drive this football and give Bernard time to catch it and sort things out.
And if you're on the coverage team, you better contain him. This is a high tail wagger. Bernard will take it at the 26. He'll look for a blocker. He's got a wall. Look out. Bernard to the 40. Will they catch him? Inside the 20. Giovani Bernard is gone. Touchdown, Carolina. "73 yards, no flags." We say contain, there was none. The wall was set up and he found it.
Well, the punt was so good that he outkicked his coverage, and they got a wall set up for Giovani Bernard. And I knew that if they had an opportunity to get Bernard in the game, that was why they switched returners. He's so explosive and dynamic. Give him a chance, and it really paid dividends.
13 seconds left.
Wow.
The extra point snap is low, and they get a 2-point conversion.
Well, Tim, let's take a look at it. They make the switch. They put Giovani Bernard back in the game. They knew they had one chance. Credit Larry Fedora for burning his timeouts to give them an opportunity to set up a return. It's a great punt, but he outkicks his coverage. It gives Bernard a chance. Here's the wall being set up right here. All Gio has to do is get there. He catches it, uses the speed, and a great job by North Carolina to build the wall, and then it's the big-time speed of the redshirt sophomore. The best football player on the field today wins the football game for North Carolina.
Here's the call from the Tar Heel Network.
Bernard fields it at the 26, heading to the far side. Gio at the 35. Gio, he's at the 50. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Gio, he's gonna take it for a touchdown. Are you kidding me?
Jones Angel with the call. 73-yard punt return. Game, set, and match.
Boy, unbelievable. 303 total yards for Gio Bernard. He rushed it, he caught it, and he returned it. What a day for Gio Bernard. Tim, you want to talk about guys that deserve to have their name mentioned with the big trophy at the end, the Heisman Trophy? That kid's name needs to start to get mentioned because he is a difference maker.
He certainly was there and has been for the 2 years he's been here in Chapel Hill. Wilson takes it on the short hop, looks for a hole, tries to get outside. Flag comes in. There is a fumble and Carolina gets it back. But it looks like NC State's streak of 5 wins in a row in this series is about to come to an end with 8 seconds left. Tar Heels get it.
Holding for the return team. Penalty is declined. First down.
Larry Fedora, who came from Southern Miss to rebuild the program here at Carolina, is going to beat NC State. His first win over the Wolfpack. And for all the players wearing blue down there this afternoon, their first win over the Wolfpack. That's it. Carolina wins it 43-35, and an incredible football game from Chapel Hill. For Mike Hogwood, Dave Archer, you have been watching coverage of Atlantic Coast Conference football on the ACC Network, an exclusive production of Raycom Sports. 43-35 Carolina. So long, everybody.